back and evaluate the young man because I didn't notice it at the time.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you're necessarily wrong.
Is it Bellicero?
It is Belloso.
Belloso.
Yeah,
I like that name. Belloso, and had it going early against the
Valente
Dodgers.
Belloso.
Yeah. You in baseball, you can appreciate the other side, right?
Meaning?
Like, you can appreciate the other side when they're pitching well,
Oh, yeah.
hitting well.
Oh, yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I was
yeah,
impressed
for
by
sure,
that
sure.
guy.
No, okay, so he does it a little differently, right?
Yeah.
First of all, the Fernando, like, if a right-handed guy is never going to remind me of Fernando.
You killed it from
well,
the moment I walked
you're
in.
Like, who does it remind you of? I'm like, I don't know. Who? You're like, Fernando. And I said, he's right-handed.
Okay, a righty, Fernando.
Yeah.
Okay, just go with the joke.
I mean, well, but you didn't tell me you were asking me who he reminded me of.
Jeez.
I didn't think we were going like bizarro.
I felt like a magician in Vegas. You're like, I see it. Yeah.
Well, he's
Come on.
Mexican, like
Yeah,
Fernando. So
yes.
that's where we're
Mexicali, right?
He's from Mexicali. He's 5'10", 208.
Okay.
Fernando. So here's the weird part about Fernando, and you know how much I love Fernando.
Yeah.
Fernando at the time felt like he was a little chubby. He really wasn't. Like, if you go back and look at
He's
him,
Lucas Skinny.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Like when I think of like heavy, you figure like kind of like, oh my gosh, dude, do something with yourself.
Yeah.
Fernando had a big face. Like Fernando had a lot of face.
I had to stop. He looked fat.
He wasn't Bartholomew, right?
If you just saw him from the chin up, you'd be like, dude.
You know who else looks fat from the neck up? Matthew Stafford.
Oh yeah.
If you just saw his shot from the neck up, you wouldn't know left tackle or quarterback.
Double chin, right? The double chin, right?
It's the double chin.
Double chin.
It's there. As someone who also has a lot of face, and I've grown more face as I've gotten older, mostly above my eyebrows. I've grown some face.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes the face will give you a certain energy that is not present in the rest of your body.
So how much did Fernando weigh? What was his measurements?
I'm going to go look it up right now.
I would assume the same.
Put your bids in.
Okay. 5'8", 200.
Taller than 5'8" for sure.
5'10"? Huh?
5'10".
I think 5'10" is probably what I'm not going to look.
265?
No, not 265.
That's me,
Get out of here. 265.
When he finished.
Okay,
Unless he had John Kruk on his shoulders, he's not 265.
I'll say, since you said that, I'll say 190. No, that's too skinny. Is he 190?
No. See, this is my point.
Yeah.
Let me go back to the very beginning. Fernando was not overweight. He wasn't jacked like a lot of the guys are now, but he was not overweight. He had a big old head.
He wasn't like Colon.
Yeah.
Remember Colon?
No, he wasn't Bartolo Colon.
Bartolo was a dang rhino.
Bartolo was 260 if he was an
deal.
ounce.
Right.
According to baseballreference.com.
Okay.
Fernando Valenzuela, 5'11", probably a stretch. I'd give him 5'10".
5'10".
I'd give him 5'10".
Okay.
180 pounds.
Oh, that's like me.
That's skinny.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
He wasn't
thin.
heavy. He had an enormous face and head. He was not
Why
heavy.
do every time I see, I imagine Fernando pitching, I see like a waist, like a big belt.
Well, You're right.
Yes.
Because he wasn't V-shaped, right? Like when you look at Ohtani, you're like, that guy's a superhero.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's like
Proportionate.
wide to narrow.
Okay.
Right. When you look at Glasnow, big shoulders, narrow waist. You look at Yamamoto's kind of a smaller guy, kind of skinny.
Fernando's the opposite. Like your waist is bigger than your shoulders.
His shoulders to his ankles, he was the same width. He was
Same with this guy, right?
He was a rectangle.
Same with this guy. It's there. Come on.
DeMarco, I want to tell you that Valente
He's shaped
Belloso,
like the letter B
Belloso.
too. Come on.
Belloso?
Yeah, double L's in Spanish.
Oh,
is a
yes.
Y.
Belloso.
Say it again.
Belloso.
Belloso. Okay.
No.
No, not at all.
No. He's got 30 pounds.
Well,
on
never
Fernando.
mind. He looks okay. To my eyes, he looked the same. Okay. When I saw Fernando, I was like 10.
He throws from the wrong side. He's 30 pounds heavier.
You're killing everything.
He doesn't look up to the sky.
He doesn't.
But he did take off his hat every time he left the mound.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
he pitched great.
He did pitch great.
He did
that was
pitch
awesome.
great. And
okay.
then the bullpen. That was a weird game. It was it was scoreless through 5 innings, and then you turned around and went and got a glass of water or something. It's like, wait, it's 10-0. Like that escalated quickly.
That's the mathing right there.
That's
the mathing.
You know what's stupid?
What?
And I it's the open. I don't want to go negative so early. That those two teams, that the Dodger team and the Marlins team are air quote competing against one another is absurd.
What do you mean? Like
they're both trying to win the same prize, and they're playing such wildly different games is absurd. I'll read you something.
Like a overmatched team.
It's the resources between the two are.
But they won a game
insane.
yesterday or the day before.
But that's my point. Is the Dodgers that day decided we're not going to play any of our guys. We're not going to do anything here to try and jeopardize our best players in these moments.
But like you said, the Marlins had a chance to win it. They just couldn't. The Dodgers woke up. And like you said, in a blink, you lose. So that's the mathing. But I still think the Marlins had a chance to win.
Can I read you something real quick?
Go ahead.
No, they really don't. Like they have a chance to win on any given night, but they don't have a chance to win. Let me read this to you.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
The payroll discrepancy between the defending world champs and the only MLB franchise to never capture a division title is bone-chilling $406 million payroll discrepancy, okay?
Yeah.
And yes, the Dodgers draw more fans in an evening than the lowly Marlins do in a weekend. Los Angeles has the most wins in Major League Baseball since 2010. Miami has the fewest. Dodger Stadium has hosted 109 playoff games. Lone Depot Park has hosted 0.
0.
It's that those two teams are quote-unquote equal.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
I guess that's the best argument for, is it relegation?
It's the best argument for a salary floor and a salary cap. That the Colorado Rockies and the Miami Marlins and the Athletics and teams like that have virtually no chance to compete against the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Mets, and the Cubs. And
well, what about the argument of anybody in baseball could do what the Dodgers are doing?
They can do more than they are doing. I don't know if they can do that. I think there's a difference.
Or is it
between
worth
those
it
two
to
things.
spend the money and you're not going to compete anyway?
And you're not going to compete anyway. And my point is that watching that last night, if they played 100 games against each other, the Dodgers would win
90,
85 of them.
Yeah,
at
least.
And the Marlins will win a game here or there, but that's not the point. Is baseball is about the long haul, and they have no shot. They have no.
You got to collect
shot.
W's. That's just part of it, and it's almost like special teams for me, like the extra point in football. Why do you do it? It makes no sense. Just make a touchdown, 7 points. Remember the old school extra points from 15 yards out? It was just an exercise, and right. It's like, why do you guys rush that? You're never going to block it. It's just part of it. We're making sure they can do the operation. That you have to snap it, hold it, kick it, get it through. That's just part of it, and walk off the field. Same with baseball. I mean, I guess you have to make sure that you could beat the Marlins, even though we know you can, but you have to give them a chance to at least beat you.
I think we're making two different points.
Yeah.
There's a league of guys that these are the best players in the world. And then you've got this over here, which is a joke. And that they're conceivably competing for the same thing is not interesting.
You need jokes. You need cupcakes on your schedule.
Yeah.
Every sport does. You really do. You have for every Dodger dynasty, there has to be somebody at the bottom to make it work.
The gap in baseball is far greater than the gap in anything else.
But you're not going to get a salary floor. You know this. The players' union won't let it happen, and you're not going to get a cap.
No.
You might get a floor. You won't get a cap.
The owners roll every time. The baseball union is the only one that's actually powerful.
When they say we're going to strike and not play, they mean it.
They mean it.
Yeah.
And they get prepared for it.
Absolutely.
And they execute their vision. But anyway, that's a topic for another day.
I'm glad we got there because you ruined my
welcome here. Welcome in.
I'm here, man.
He's here. You're here.
I am here.
I don't even. Emily is, I think, going to her sister's graduation.
I think so.
I think that's
I
what
don't know
it
where
is.
she's
Yeah, her
going.
sister.
Where?
I'm here. Florida.
In Florida. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think in Tampa.
This is the doctor?
I believe so.
The doctor. Nice.
I believe
okay.
so.
Good.
So Funch is
You
with
guys
us
are
the next
stuck with
couple
me.
of days.
You guys are stuck with me.
I like that you rolled in with your Ohtani road
Thank
jersey.
you. Thank
I dig
you.
it.
We had a conversation about jerseys earlier, too.
You and I think, could
not you
spend
two.
a couple of hours talking about this.
Are you
stuff.
a Jersey nut?
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, me too.
It's just clothes, bro.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
they're cool.
Do you have a
clothes.
jersey? Do you have a jersey, D-Far? Like an old one of yours?
Yeah?
Let
Why?
me have it.
I'm not letting you wear my jersey.
No, but it's just clothes.
See,
Yeah,
I told
exactly.
this to DeAndre when he put on my high school jersey. That actually means something if I give you my jersey.
Come on.
Yeah, we ain't going there.
No D-Far Rams jerseys just lying around.
I got a few.
You know,
yeah.
the one you wore in the Super Bowl, maybe.
Wait, you know what's going to happen? It's going to be on eBay 5 minutes after you give it to Funches. Funches is going to flip it.
Are you actually
Game-worn
requesting?
Super Bowl
Yeah, is it
jersey.
signed?
Wow.
Is it signed too?
That's an aggressive
Why,
autograph
Funches,
seeker.
why not just ask him for
Do you
Marshall
have a
Faulks?
certificate with it too?
Yeah. Hey, you got Orlando Pace's jersey from the
There
Super
you
Bowl
go.
that I can have?
Crazy.
Kurt Warner?
No filter, this guy.
None, my man.
I'm confused. You won't give it to him, but they're just clothes.
No, I don't obsess over the uniform and
I
the
love
jerseys.
uniforms.
That's all athletes though.
Yeah.
They don't like us wearing jerseys.
No, you can wear the jersey. I just don't get the obsession. Like when you guys find what's different about one from the other.
Oh, come on.
Love it. Love
Okay,
it.
for instance,
Really?
for
Yes.
instance, that he's wearing right there, it should have Los Angeles instead
Stand
of
up.
Dodgers on
Let
there.
me see.
So,
Right? That's what I like
so
when they
the
go on the road.
Dodgers have 3 uniforms. They have their home uniforms, which pretty other than when they wear those goofy
Yeah.
City Connect ones. They never change, right? Dodgers, red number, name and number on the back, Dodger jersey. On the road, it's the same exact thing, only sometimes it's the one Funches has that says Dodgers, and occasionally the one that says Los Angeles. Now, the Dodgers and the Angels are the only teams that actually had not the city on the road uniforms. You wear your team name at home, you wear your city on the road. That's the way it's been for eons. And the Dodgers had Dodgers on the road because
You're shaking your head like this is common knowledge.
we don't have to tell you where we're from. You already know where we're from.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Boston, when they go on the road, it says Boston. When they're home, it says Red Sox. Yankees say Yankee. The NY at home, New York on the road. Every
Right.
team, other than the Dodgers, and the Angels copied him because
See, this is why I would not be a reliable witness because I would have sworn that said Los Angeles
Yep.
on his jersey.
Nope.
That says Dodgers.
Yes.
See, I would have convicted the wrong guy. Right there. Right
I
there.
swear it wasn't me.
I had no
saw
idea.
you. It's like the video is showing something else.
I need to pay attention more to that stuff. That's wild. Wow. When from birth, that was always you?
Since they've been, not always.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean my obsession with jerseys?
Your obsession with jerseys. That's
So
interesting.
You should know this about me, man. I think you generally do. I'm obsessed with the minutia of stupid things. Like I really.
I wouldn't
like
say
the-
stupid, but you're obsessed with minutiae. Yes.
The minutia of to your because I think generally speaking you're right. Who cares what the uniform says? The answer is me. I do.
Yeah.
I care that sometimes that Dodgers looks like that, but when Oral Hershiser was pitching for the Dodgers, it said Dodgers, but it had a faint white outline around
Travis,
the entire
different.
Dodgers.
That's scary.
And on the sleeve, there was a cuff on the sleeve that was blue and white, where that
Yes, I
sleeve
got a jersey
is
like that,
just
too.
gray to the end.
I just realized I'm in a room with a crazy man.
All right, can I give you
It's one of those things like,
Oh my
you know
God.
Dave Hobrecht, the artist we talked
Yeah.
to?
Yes,
Like
yeah.
Dave's art gets those little teeny tiny details right.
But he's an artist. I had that same conversation with him, but that's his thing. He's an artiste.
I am an artist in my own mind.
How does that manifest? Like, what does
In
this knowledge do for you?
I'm sitting here, aren't I?
You're right. 100%.
All right, can I give you another one?
Go ahead.
All right, the Lakers. During the break, look this up. The Lakers road uniforms have that black stripe on the sides, on the jersey, and on the shorts. Now look at the home ones. The home jersey does not have the stripe, but the home shorts do have the purple stripe.
The little panel on
I've been watching the
play.
Lakers like forever, and I couldn't even tell you if they had a stripe.
Well, the shorts, like
I couldn't even tell you if they had a stripe.
Look behind you. Look at the
Okay.
Gasol jersey. That little that
That stripe, the purple stripe on the side.
Yeah.
I would not know.
Yeah.
I just did. I'm not looking at the. That's wild, unreal.
We're
That's
here to help
crazy.
you.
Maybe I'm
We're
crazy.
here to help you. Absolutely. A home team finally won a game in the NBA playoffs by 1,000,000 points last night, and the Celtics are in a deep hole. And well, what a shame. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Get ready for the concert event of the summer. On the road again. Catch Willie Nelson and family. Bob Dylan. Billy Strings. And more at the Outlaw Music Festival's 10th anniversary tour. Friday, May 16th, Hollywood Bowl. Get access to preferred tickets with your Citi card. For tickets and more, go to Ticketmaster.com and OutlawMusicFestival.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Believe that's the first ever papal NFL draft mashup that we've had on the Trav and DeMarco show.
Okay, that's crossing a line.
Apparently, we've got a new pope.
We can't do that.
White smoke coming out of the Vatican, which means they have made their selection. Still no...
Really fast.
Yeah, just a few days.
Fast?
Yeah,
okay.
Just sometimes they can go weeks without making their decision.
Sometimes when you have one guy in mind, like, the number one pick, you just make the pick.
So there was the Italian guy.
Wait, are you telling me there's a number one pick?
Well, there's I'm sure there's
the Vatican's on the clock.
So you're telling me there's a Shador Sanders Pope?
What I'm saying is,
or one
that's falling in the draft.
Somebody somewhere is the Mel Kiper of popes.
Okay.
And saying this guy is your consensus number one pick. This guy's the guy that's rising up the pope board.
Without going too deep, what are the what's the criteria?
Catholic.
Okay, that's one.
A cardinal.
There's a rank you have to attain.
Yeah. You
okay.
can't just be a rookie.
Good works you've done, stuff like that.
Beyond that, I'm out of my league.
Okay, I know height, weight, speed.
Man.
Yeah, okay. I get that part.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm sure is cardinal, Catholic, male.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we got. So it could be the Italian guy, could be the African guy, could be the Filipino guy. They were kind of the
top three.
They were the top three draft choices.
All you have to be is a baptized Catholic male.
Just know this, God.
That's it.
That's it.
I am not in control. I did not do the NFL sound with the Pope music. That was not me. I didn't do that.
Oh. That's The Simpsons. Yeah, that
is The Simpsons.
It is a great celestial sound, but I can't hear. All I feel is The Simpsons coming right out of that.
Crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking of guys that are otherworldly, so it's starting to make the rounds, and you're going to have to get on board with this, I think.
What's that?
Because this was at the golf course, I think. When I said Freddie Freeman an MVP candidate.
Sure.
I mean, that might be a real thing soon at some point. And we were talking about Ohtani killing it in Florida.
Yeah.
Freddie kills it in Florida.
He does. He's got more home runs against the Marlins than anyone in history. He's got 40. He had a triple yesterday. Freddie doesn't get a ton of triples. He had another. Ohtani,
you got to hit it pretty far for him.
Yeah, Ohtani and Freeman both homered on Tuesday.
Yeah,
and they both tripled yesterday. So they're kind of like, anything you can do, I can do better.
Love it.
Situation.
How about win a World Series again?
They might.
Yeah, go back to back.
They might. They're a weird team, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that I don't know if I've seen something like this before, where they have the best record and they have the most wins in baseball. They have 25 wins. They're going through their bullpen at a clip that is alarming, quite to
without
the point.
Panic.
To Dave and Mark Pryor both like, yeah, this is not great how we want to do this. They haven't played their best baseball, and yet they have the most wins in the league. It's
if you're
very
going
strange.
through your bullpen this fast, this early, regardless of wins, right?
Uh-huh.
You should be panicking slightly.
I don't know if it's panic. I think it's concern. I think it's one of those. Hey,
I don't
by the
sense
way,
either.
They've even said it. They've said this is not the plan. This is something that is non-sustainable. They're fully aware of, because look, who was it yesterday? Evan Phillips went on the IL yesterday, and they're like, oh, he'll be back in a week or so. It's not a big deal. He could have even have pitched if we needed him to, but we're being extra cautious. Well, you also told me Blake Snell was fine a month ago, and he hasn't pitched yet.
Okay.
So, just what you say is one thing, and what you actually do, to me, is a little different.
Well, I'm trying to usually teams that are going through the bullpen this fast are probably losing. That's why it seems weird.
Yeah, because usually if you're going through bullpen...
If you're burning through bullpen arms this fast, probably you're bad.
Yeah, because your starters are bad.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you got the most wins in baseball, and you're burning. There's no panic in this. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I mean. It's a weird deal.
Yeah.
It's a combination of things that doesn't make a ton of sense. Go back to Freddie. Make the case why he's your MVP.
No, I was going to ask you. So there's no world, and maybe it was the golf course. It did get cold, and the balloon had just taken off when I was asking you this. So we were in a weird place at that moment. But I said Freddie Freeman MVP,
sure.
And I was asking you, he is how many at bats shy of actually qualifying?
He's got to be getting really close. Yeah, it's going to happen any day now if it hasn't happened already.
When you get to see where he is as far as stats in relation to the best players in baseball.
Uh-huh.
So once your name is entered in there, then
sure.
you enter into the MVP candidacy.
Sure.
But from what I understood at the golf course when it was cold and the balloon, there is no way for Freddie Freeman to be MVP on this team because of Ohtani.
I didn't say, if I said that, that's not what I meant. What I think I said was it would be very, very difficult for him to win an MVP because of Ohtani. Just like it'll be very difficult for Mookie Betts to win an MVP because of Ohtani.
That's a good point.
All of those guys are MVPs, have been MVPs. In Shohei's case, he's been an MVP multiple times. So they're clearly talented enough, but typically the reason that Shohei won the MVP last year is because he clearly was. He did something that
50-50.
was unprecedented.
Uh-huh.
He went 50-50. For Mookie or Freddie to do something like that, or to win an MVP, there would have to be a threshold that was like, guys, it's just so obvious we can't do it. Otherwise, they're going to...
It's going to go right to Shohei.
Right now, I think they all kind of... detract's the wrong word, but they all pull attention from one another. They're a collective unit that it's hard to identify the individual pieces in it because it's a three-headed monster that's so hard to deal with.
Okay, I'm trying to put them in direct competition, if I could, for the MVP.
Sure.
So let's say Ohtani is his Ohtani-ist.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't taken a backward step. He's actually improved from last year. Maybe not 50-50, but...
By the way...
He could.
It might be 50-50.
Right. Okay, he could. Let's say he's in that same arena.
Yeah.
What would Freddie's numbers have to be considered an MVP over him? Does he have to have better numbers?
If Ohtani 50-50s?
If Ohtani is Ohtani,
or in the,
he's doing what he does.
Yeah.
Where would Freddie's numbers have to be for him to get serious MVP looks?
Triple crown kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something else wowish.
Something else that is equally as, you know what it would have to look like?
Yeah.
It would have to look like what Judge is doing in the American League. We're like, look, Ohtani might go 50-50, but Judge's numbers are historically good. They're crazy, off the charts. We've never seen anything like this good. So to do something like that, yeah. To be, hit 325, hit 30 home runs, drive in a bunch of runs, play Gold Glove level first base, be a guy that gets clutch hit after clutch hit after clutch hit, be the heart and soul of the team.
You have to make yourself a story.
You have to make yourself the story. Because if it's just the back of the baseball card numbers,
It's Ohtani.
You're going to lose that to Ohtani almost every time.
So now I'm starting to feel Mookie Betts' pain a little bit, and I think I've answered why he wants to play short.
I think you're on to something.
I think that's why he wants to play short. That's the only way I could set myself apart from him, because it doesn't matter what I do.
I want to put. I agree with 100% of what you said.
For MVP only, right?
Yep. But I just want to add to. Don't want to take off. I want to add to. I think Ohtani's greatness and his greatness at multiple things, being a slugger, being a great base runner, and hopefully sooner than later, once again, being a great pitcher, kind of opened Mookie's mind to, I can't do that. I can't go on the mound and become a ace pitcher, but what is something that I could do that would be unprecedented?
I can go play short.
What if I go play shortstop?
I can go play short.
And that Mookie kind of opened, Ohtani kind of opened his mind to things that are possible that were not possible. Like, hey, what if I went and played shortstop every day for an entire season, despite the fact that I'm the best right fielder in baseball? Could I do that?
Yeah.
And he's kind of pulling it off.
And he's like you said, I mean, he hasn't killed you.
No, he hasn't.
He's killed
okay.
you. He's still Mookie. Yeah.
He's fine without
I understand
being
why
fine.
he did it now. I think I did.
I think that's part of it.
I understand
really
why
do.
he did it. Yeah. I like everything about Ohtani. I really do. Even the way the way he takes walks. Dude, he's so respectful.
Okay. So
right.
that's a great word.
Yeah.
I like that he kind of tips his hat to the opposing manager before every game. I like how he lays his bat in the batter's box. Did you see what he did yesterday?
What? Which part?
Where there was he was in the batter's box. Maybe it was the day before, and it doesn't matter. He's in the batter's box, and the Marlins call a timeout to go visit the pitcher and talk. He never left the batter's box.
Amazing.
He just stood there in the same stood there hurry up, throw it because I'm going to do something.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
He's fun.
He's fun. And the other thing, my buddy G Fish pointed this out the other day, and it was a great observation. When he said it, I'm like, oh yeah, that is. You know what else he's doing? Almost all the time, is smiling.
All the time.
Like he seems to be genuinely enjoying himself through the entire, and when he doesn't get a hit or like he makes an out or gets thrown, and it's almost like, got me.
Yeah.
But let's go
He's
again.
having a blast out there.
Yeah.
I know.
There's very little anger
There's
in
some
him.
dudes that look like they hate playing baseball. Then why are you doing it?
Anthony Rendon, go on.
He just doesn't look like he's enjoying it. Ohtani does. The coolest thing I've ever seen, really, it's funny, was Torrey Holt, actually. Torrey Holt told me, watch, I'm going to play catch with the official all the way down the field.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? He's going to play catch with the official. He's going to catch everything, hit the deck, get up, and throw it to the official before anybody touches him.
Okay.
All the way down the field and scored.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody touched him.
That's great.
This is all I do. We're going to play catch all the way down the field.
Love it.
Like he's having a blast out there. Love that sort of stuff. I see that in Ohtani.
You'd have to be supremely gifted at what you do to
do that.
To try to find ways to entertain yourself during the process. You speak to it. You're the pro. I would imagine that I'm just trying to survive this play. I'm trying to make a play. I'm trying to get to the quarterback. I'm trying to complete a pass. I'm trying to get open. Not, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to throw the ball to the referee every time.
Superman turns to you and says, hold this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just to be that level of gifted to try to find the game inside the game.
Oh, my God, yes. I know. Yes, that's why I love watching him, but I do. I mean, it's good for us, good for the Dodgers, good for fans. If you have two guys, if you have Freddie Freeman trying to out-hit the Ohtani shadow, that's exactly what you want. There's not going to be any animosity. There's no hate.
No animosity.
But either way, it's good for us.
I just want him to be Freddie Freeman because Freddie Freeman is a Hall of Fame caliber player who is playing as well as he's ever played. Just keep doing that, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that maybe it's just, hey, I'm on a great team and I get to hit behind a couple of guys that are going to be my buddies in the Hall of Fame one day.
Yeah.
And we'll all go there together. Or maybe it's I'm going to elevate my game too.
Right.
I can't play short. I can't pitch, but maybe I can, lock it. Whatever the next level of his thing might be.
I'd want to chase down the greatest guy in the room, and you probably won't. But I mean, look where you land if you do.
But I was going to say, what's the shoot for the stars and
shoot for the moon? If you don't, you're among the stars. Yeah, something like that. Makes total sense. Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Did Joe Kelly really say he wants to pitch, but only for the Dodgers? That says a lot to me. If that's
I heard
true.
that somewhere. I don't.
If that's true, then everything I think about the Dodgers is right then.
Shoot, they may need him, me, you. They may need just anybody with a functioning arm to go out there.
But he's healthy enough
pitch.
to go pitch anywhere, and I only want to pitch here.
Yeah, I don't know if I've heard him say that, but I have heard that.
If that's true, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I got a question about Freddie for you that Funchess and I were kind of kicking around before the show that I think will surprise you a little bit. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco. Funchess is in the house. 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. If you've ever been in a car accident, you know how stressful it can be. My boy Leo and the crew at Active Collision are there for you. They're the experts at taking care of your business. I'm dealing with it right now. Hit and run. The back of my truck was smashed. I thought it was just a simple fix the tailgate. No. Leo said, boom, boom, boom. This is a problem, Bethel. Let me take care of it. 626-330-0100. 626-330-0100. You'll get a 50% discount on your deductible when you let them know that 710 sent you. Or check them out on Instagram at active.collision.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Summer is better with True Green, especially at a price this low. For a limited time, get 75% off of your first treatment and enjoy your lawn without overspending. With True Green, you get expert care and a plan tailored to fit your lawn's needs, so it looks like the best while you save big. Let the pros handle the hard work while you enjoy the result. Relax more and keep more money in your pocket. A great lawn has never been this easy or this affordable. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com. Restrictions apply.
Mother's Day is this Sunday. There's still time to show the incredible moms in your life how much you love and appreciate them with a thoughtful gift from Pro Flowers. Ordering takes just a few minutes, and Pro Flowers' large selection of modern arrangements at affordable prices are sure to make you look like a gift-giving pro. So visit proflowers.com/sports or use code SPORTS at checkout for $15 off your Mother's Day order. All Pro Flowers orders are backed by our 7-day freshness guarantee, so you can gift easy with Pro Flowers.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
The first appearance of the new Pope is coming soon, DeMarco. I'm kind of looking over my shoulder here at the news. The white smoke has come out of the Vatican, and we're going to get the new Pope here in a few minutes. We don't know which one yet.
They got all the soldiers out there, too.
Yeah, the Vatican Guard.
The Vatican Guard?
They wear those striped shirts and the silver
There's
helmets.
a training video of a Vatican Guard with like a super bazooka gun.
Yeah. No, they're
this like 22nd century type of like alien gun.
Yeah. No, they're They're real soldiers.
I want to create like a Capcom old school fighting game and have like one of them versus the Queen's Guard. You know, just
the guy with the hat.
Yeah, just different people from around the world. And you get to fight.
That's got to exist.
I don't think not yet. See, we're gonna make one.
That's
got to
be
cool.
Exist.
Yeah, with that helmet on, I wonder how much damage you can do.
Versus like a Wakanda guard.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let's have matchups from around the world. Let's
Star
go.
Wars stormtroopers. Put them all in there.
Let's go.
The stormtroopers would finish last. Those guys stink.
Oh
they
my
can't
God.
hit anything.
They just run into everything.
Hey, a reminder that just a couple of days from now, this Saturday, it's going to happen. Me, Cappy, and Morales, we are calling Metro Little League live from Lake Center Athletic Park in Santa Fe Springs. First pitch is at noon. That is this Saturday, May 10th. Classic Little League on our YouTube channel, ESPN LA style. So make sure that you check that out. First pitch
keep them
coming
playing,
up
keep
at
them
noon.
playing, keep them playing, keep them playing. I'm telling parents, keep them playing in this world. The way everything's going, keep those kids playing together. Team sports, team sports, team sports. So be an advocate when you're out there. Yes.
And you're going to enjoy every minute of it.
I thought about you the other day. It was a friend of mine. His daughter was pitching, and she was dominating. And she had struck out the side, basically, but it was a drop third pitch.
Happens.
Right. So there was an overthrow from catcher to first.
Okay, so the runner's on second or third.
The runner scores because we're throwing it around. Right.
Snowball fight.
Right. So now she's mad about it, and
Sure.
so is he. And I told him, I said, tough sport.
It is.
It is. This is a tough sport. Tough way to make a living, right? Now, what did you just learn? Not about the game, about life. Sometimes people will let you down. Now it's all about what you do from here.
Yeah.
Team sports, team sports, team sports. Good way to experience it.
Of all the things, I'm going to be marginally sappy here for a second. I deeply miss getting to go to all of my kids' games.
Yeah.
Volleyball, track, soccer, cross country, baseball, all of the Little League basketball, NJB, just going to the gym for an hour and watching them run up and down the court. Nobody makes a basket for 20 minutes. Who cares?
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's just getting to watch them go because they're having fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just learn. The girls we had on our basketball team, some of them just would not shoot the ball. I would ask them, I could care less. I mean, of course, we want to win. But, hey, did you get a shot today? No. Why not?
Was there anything better than in those moments where you realize a kid that won't shoot, can't shoot, afraid to shoot, whatever it is? We're running this play for you. And the only thing that I'm going to get mad at is if you don't shoot it.
Yes.
Everything. I don't care if you miss everything. I don't care if it goes straight out of bounds. But
put that thing
you're
up there.
Shooting it. This for sure.
Yes, we got beat 19-2, and I was so happy for that
you
too.
got a shot at it.
Absolutely. Hurrah, made it. Yes.
We like football one year. We had that kid on our team.
Yeah.
Right. And he wasn't particularly athletically skilled, slow, 2 left feet, the whole thing. And had not caught a pass the whole year. And flag football, everybody's eligible.
Yeah.
Right. So my son was the quarterback, and I'm like, hey, him.
Throw it.
I don't care. You throw it. He will be able throw
Good
him
for
the
you.
ball. Okay. He throws it right through the kid's hands.
Oh,
boink, right in the mouth. And I'm like, maybe we shouldn't have thrown
That'll
the ball.
learn you.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you gave him the
and I told
yeah.
the kid, I said, hey, it's coming to you.
We're coming to you again.
Be ready. Okay,
Yeah, you
okay,
dang
okay.
right. We're
Boink,
all getting it.
right
Yes,
in the
sir.
mouth.
Team sports,
Right-
team sports,
right
team
in the
sports.
mouth.
Keep it going.
All right, so Funchess and I talked about this briefly this morning because when Freddie hit his home run yesterday against the Marlins, it was the 42nd home run he's hit against Miami in his career. It's the most against no opponent has hit more home runs against the Marlins than Freddie Freeman.
Okay.
He's at the top of the list. And it makes sense because he spent the first part of his career in Atlanta, and they play the Marlins a million times a year. So you get a lot of opportunities, and he's a great hitter, a lot of home runs. Got it. How long do you think Freddie Freeman was in Atlanta?
How long before he got here?
How many seasons do you think Freddie? And I'll
Oh,
give you an
God,
idea.
I'm going to
So
fail at 8.
This is okay.
Yeah.
This is Freddie Freeman's 4th year in a Dodger uniform.
Okay.
Okay. So 8 was your guess. I guessed 8 or 9. I was exactly where you are.
I said
Funches?
5 or 6.
5 or 6. Jorge, you want to take a guess?
I was gonna say 7, 8.
It can't be more than 8.
12.
12 years. Oh my gosh.
He spent
wow.
12 years in Atlanta. And
Wow.
and I think
You
it's
looked that.
and I think it speaks to something that I would never have thought had I not actually seen those numbers today. Freddie Freeman, when it's all Freddie Freeman made the All-Star team 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times as a member of the Atlanta Braves. He won the MVP as a member of the Atlanta Braves. He won the Gold Glove as a member of the Atlanta Braves. He won 4 Silver Sluggers as a member of the Atlanta Braves. World Series champion as a member of the Atlanta Braves. Are we sure he's not going to be more remembered as a member of this Dodger group than he was with the Atlanta Braves? That's how good he's been since he's got here.
Travis, I'll be honest. I couldn't have picked him out of a lineup until he got here.
Really?
Because
you don't
knew the
watch
name.
a ton of baseball?
Would not have known.
Okay.
I know the name, Freddie Freeman. You hear about the Braves a lot.
Yep.
Especially when they're good.
Yep.
I could not, if I was on the bus with him, I wouldn't know it was him until he got here.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but you don't watch baseball like that.
Not like that.
Yeah,
no.
and I get that. And I was aware because I watch a lot of baseball.
Yeah.
And like you said, the Braves have been pretty good most of the time he's been there.
You're going to know the good teams.
And he was one of those guys that every time he came up, I'm like, oh boy, not this guy. This is going to be bad.
Yeah.
Because he's such a great hitter. But he came here basically because Atlanta kind of kicked him out the door. They decided to go get Olsen instead, younger. And Olsen's a really good player, don't get me wrong. But Freddie Freeman would have spent his entire career in Atlanta given his first choice. Instead, the Dodgers kind of were fortunate that Atlanta made the decision that they did. They end up getting him. And he's been so good for the Dodgers and obviously hitting that home run last year, not only is a defining moment in Dodger history, it's a defining moment in baseball history. Dodger Stadium, World Series, walk-off grand slam, bat in the air, evoking Kirk Gibson, all of those things. He's spent 3 times as much time in Atlanta as he has here in L.A. And that L.A. has kind of imprinted on him. And maybe it's because we're in L.A. If you ask somebody in Kansas City, maybe they have a different take, but I'm not so sure.
I think you get international play now.
I think so, too. And when it's all said and like, the cliche is his Hall of Fame plaque. Is it a Brave or is it a Dodger? I'm not so sure. It's not a Dodger at this point because of all the things he's done in a third of the time. That's how good he's been here.
I think he's just kind of – what were the Braves thinking and why would they do that? I'm reading about this.
They got younger.
They got
younger.
5 years, 125. That's what they offered him, and he said no. So they lowballed him?
So no, I don't know what you're reading, but –
okay, the last year of his contract with the Braves in 2021, he was widely expected to remain with the Braves.
Yes.
Freeman himself had stated his desire to stay with the Braves. Freeman and the Braves exchanged offers for a new contract during the 2021, including a 5-year, 125 offer that the Braves made before the trade deadline.
Okay, this is where it gets complicated.
And then he declined.
That's where it gets complicated.
Okay.
There are varying, conflicting, different reports as to what was communicated from which party to which party. The agencies
It turned
were
into
involved.
a mess.
It turned into a mess where allegedly reported this agent didn't tell this team, didn't tell that player.
Oh, that's that one.
That
Okay,
it got
I know what you mean.
Weird.
Freeman's agent gave the Braves an ultimatum, which is always bad.
Which they said, well, we'll go get Matt Olson from the A's, who is younger and cheaper, and oh, by the way, really good as well.
Yeah, he could go in as a blank you to the Braves. He could go in as a Dodger.
But I don't think he has hard feelings to the Braves. I really don't. The way he was emotional upon his return a few years ago, I think he has a very soft spot for them.
I'm sure he does, but I mean, I could see him saying because of the way this ended, I will go in as a Dodger.
Is Freeman like a Pau Gasol? Or is Pau Gasol like?
But here we were talking about this morning. He may be one of one because it's not like there's been a lot of guys that were really good over there and then came to the big city and won a championship and became megastars. He was an MVP in this first spot.
MVP, and I wouldn't, and this is me, I guess, the casual baseball fan. MVP, and I wouldn't know who you are.
MVP and a World Series winner.
Now you don't have to be MVP, and I know exactly what you look like because you're here.
Yeah, but I don't know of a guy that won a championship. Well, you know who it is? I got it.
Who?
Now, he's not as high on the all-time list. It's Kareem.
Okay.
He was great in
Kareem
Milwaukee.
was in Milwaukee, won a title in Milwaukee, and everyone's like,
knows.
he's great. He's a great player, and he's the best player in the league.
And no one knows.
But you came to the Lakers, and it went to a whole nother level.
This
player
is
of all
very
time.
true.
Yeah. And Freddie's not the best player of all time.
Yeah.
But
great question. Do you think Kareem is the greatest player of all time in Milwaukee?
Yes.
Regardless, he still puts in points.
Yes.
Does he have the universal love? Probably not. There's got to be some rub that comes with being a Laker, with being a Dodger, with coming out here. Luka just experienced it. His jersey sales went through the roof.
Oh, yeah, no. Coming to New York or Los Angeles is
Yeah.
different.
This is the equivalent of putting the rocket booster on your back and you're being pushed to the moon. And if you're great behind it, yeah, everybody's going to know. But like I said, really, I would not have known what the guy looked like. I mean, really, I know his name. I know he's great. I know he plays baseball. I know he played for the Braves. But as far as his face, what he looks like, what makes him tick, I don't know. Now I know too much.
MVP, World Series winner, 12 years, 6 All-Star games, Golden Glove, Silver Sluggers out the yin-yang.
Right.
And he comes, and he's had his career ended, bang, there, probably goes to the Hall of Fame, probably in.
Yeah.
And then he comes here and has this, I don't even want to call it a second act, but I guess it is.
It is a second act.
And in 3 years, he's kind of done what he did there in 4 years, I should say.
Man, and they have if this season goes, and he could be the catalyst because of, and Ohtani and Mookie Betts and everything we said about the Dodgers leading up till now.
Well, is he going to be more beloved
They could actually go back to back.
Atlanta, though? Because Atlanta doesn't win all the time.
That home run just launched him in a whole nother level.
Yeah, but he's also like one of many guys here, though.
He
I agree with you, Funchy.
But he hit that home run.
Yeah.
Had he been on I don't know, Kike Hernandez hit that home run instead of him. We still are incredibly fond of Freddie. He's an important part of what they did. He's an all-star. But that home run, dude, he's Kirk Gibson.
Yeah. Forever.
He's Kirk Gibson. He is a legend of LA sports for an eternity.
You got your button that day.
Yeah.
You're a made man.
People got his face tattooed on their bodies, man. Like, it's that crazy now.
Well, no, wait. You get another person's face tattooed on your body. That's not related to you in blood. That's an issue.
Happens. I'm not. By the way, you're right, but my goodness.
I know, but that might be an issue. Yeah, there we go.
I'm not doing it, but lots of other folks will.
Did you hear about Jalen Carter, the Philadelphia Eagle?
Yeah.
He, what do you call that? Used the anesthesia to knock himself out to get a tattoo done. And I think he put every Halloween scary character on his body. I think it's him. Every scary...
He self-anesthetized himself?
So Michael Myers...
That seems risky.
Jason Voorhees, the scare guy from Scary Movie, is on there.
Oh,
or Scream.
Ghostface
Killer. Yeah. All that. Really? And you're knocking yourself out? Come on, that's crazy.
30 minutes from now, the Pope will be announced.
There you go.
You should get a tattoo.
And before then, we're gonna have the Far Side, a steak story on the Far Side.
My man steak.
Cannot wait. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Next, the official AC heating and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. Here's what you need to do with NextGen. Whether you're talking about your heating, right? We're still in the point. We maybe not turn on the heat a ton, but the air conditioning, that is right around the corner, of course. So why not get NextGen out there right now for an $88 tune-up? Right now, for ESPN LA listeners, they're going to come out, they're going to take a look at your entire system and make sure that it's running at its absolute best as we get ready for that summer schedule. And you're going to have the air on one day, off the next day, on one day, off the next day. NextGen's going to make sure that everything is running its best. And they're going to make sure that it's easy for you in NextGen too. They're open 7 days a week. They've got lifetime warranty options available. They've got financing options available. And of course, the unbelievable NextGen 5-star service. I've had NextGen out to my house a couple of different times, and they are on it. So don't wait. Call NextGen right now. 833-3-NEXGEN. That's 833-3-NEXTGEN to start breathing cleaner, fresher air today.
It's a Sunday night showdown in British Columbia as LAFC go head up with the Whitecaps.
To Jeremy, top of the area, left-footed shot, and
The black and gold are unbeaten in 4 straight matches and come face to face with the top team in Major League Soccer.
What a statement it could be to, take down the top team in the West right now on the road.
Los Angeles Football Club battle the Vancouver Whitecaps. Coverage starts Sunday at 3:30 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, and I quote, "Inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them." End quote. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Your next Subaru is waiting for you at Subaru of Glendale. Check this out. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Sport CVT for just $299 a month plus tax for 36 months. One at this payment. VIN S37-03172. MSRP $31,935. $33.99 due at signing. Call 888-855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net. On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 10,000 miles a year. Model code SRD-21.
All power, zero compromise. Eagle cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From mowers and trimmers to blowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it's the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
Hey there, I'm Jack.
And I'm Stag.
We're just two deer that want to make sure you know it's deer season at your authorized John Deere dealer. The deer season that saves bucks. You know, like us.
Yeah, you can get $3,000 off select John Deere machines. No early wake-up calls or tree stands required.
Just a trip to your authorized dealer before June 2nd.
If you ask us, it's the only deer season worth celebrating.
Visit johndeere.com/deer season to find an authorized dealer and for complete finance details.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
Jorge, I dare you to say that lie.
Say what lie?
I dare you to say that
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
My man. Oh, you are crazy. This is about the, what do you call this? The Pope, what?
The Conclave?
The Conclave.
The Conclave is over, and now we're going to have the Pope will be introduced to his
So you say introduced. The Pope has been selected?
Revealed?
Have you guys seen the movie?
No.
Oh, it's a good movie.
Okay. I'm glad to hear you say that.
Yeah.
I turned it on yesterday. I watched the first 10 minutes. I'm like, nah. So
Really? Out already?
I should go back?
Go back.
It's not a grabber?
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Who's in it?
John Lithgow, Stanley Tucci, Ray Fiennes. So some heavyweights.
Yes.
Yeah.
What network streaming service?
It's on Amazon.
Oh, okay. I saw it on Peacock.
And it's for real. It's a look inside. It's a peek behind the curtain.
No, it's fiction, but it's you know.
I mean,
it's
there's
a little bit of a
there's a
peek.
report that the Cardinals are actually watching the conclave to see how a conclave goes.
But Pope has been elected, selected, drafted.
Selected.
Oh yeah.
Selected.
Also, guys, Adam Schefter tweeted out about it too.
Of course he did. It's like a draft.
I don't know how to approach this.
I don't
right
mean
now.
to be blasphemous about this whole thing,
he
but
tweeted
it
out
really,
about it. Adam
truly
Schefter
is.
tweeted out about it.
So is there like an ESPN for this? Is there are there people debating?
It's breaking news.
I'm
on
sure
it.
it's going to
Are
happen.
they debating like who it should be?
I'm sure
They've been
it's Mel Kiper.
speculating of who it might be.
Are they going to argue when their guy gets selected?
I guarantee you, whoever is selected, there will be many, many things written and said about the men who were not selected and as to why they were not selected.
Okay. Is there a Stephen A. of Pope elections?
I'm sure there is somewhere.
I want to know who that is. This is interesting. So I dare you, Jorge, say that out loud.
With the first pick.
My goodness. No, I got a call. So every now and then I get these collect calls from a 618. Not a 619, 618.
Okay, where's that?
That's Illinois.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, I think that's still Illinois. It's 618. Make sure. Hold on
Okay.
real quick. 618 is... Yes. So every now and then, and I know who it is, it's my buddy. His name is Steak. Tough Steak is his name. He's a fighter.
Like a boxer?
Well, he does boxing. He does MMA. He's
Okay.
taken me to some
Combat sports.
He's a fighter,
Yeah.
and he's a guy that also harvests deer meat.
Oh, wow.
He's the guy that has a truck, and when it snows, he's got the plow in front, so the city hires him.
He's a man's man.
He's a man's man. That's what he does.
He's a common man.
He's an Ozarks type guy.
Gotcha.
So he'll go down and cut forests down when they're building subdivisions.
Okay.
He's just that sort of a guy, and he fights.
Okay.
So he'll take boxing matches. He'll take MMA fights. He will go underground fighting. I've been to 2 of those with him. Weird. So every now and then I'll get these collect calls from 618, and it's him. He's telling me where he is, which means he's in jail. Right. So the one time I did accept the call, he got mad at me. Why are you accepting the call, wasting money? Well, you're calling me. I'm just calling you to tell you where I am.
You needed something.
Right.
Yeah.
So the 618 comes up again. It's not collect. So I pick it up, and sure enough, it's Steak. Steak, what's happening, bro? Where you been? Oh, well, I've been down for a while. That means I've been in jail for a minute. Didn't tell me whatever, just whatever. But we met on a treadmill at this little townhouse, little village in St. Louis.
Okay.
Randy Orton, the wrestler, lived across the way from us.
RKO?
RKO. This is when he was going through something. So it was Randy Orton and his daughter, I believe. We would see them every now and then, but we just kind of left him alone because it seemed like if he's here for a reason. Like I think his marriage was falling apart or something. So there were a few other Rams that lived in the area. This is just this issue. They had this little fitness center that was in the middle of the complex, and I would go in there and bang out 5 miles on the treadmill. And this guy would show up every now and then and would sit next to me and run and try to pace me. And then we'd start competing. And about a month into it, we start talking. I'm DeMarco. I know who you are. What's your name? They call me Steak. Why do they call you Steak? I'm a fighter. You're serious? Yeah, I got a fight this weekend. Come check me out. So I go watch him. He's a fighter. Turns out the reason they call him Steak is because his superpower is he's not fast. He's not very elusive. You just can't hurt this guy. Right. He just takes a lot of punishment. But in the middle of that, he'll uncork one and knock you cold. That's his deal. So he fights once a week regardless of.
Once a week?
Once a week.
Yikes.
Regardless of. Like every Friday, he goes out and fights. The underground fights are even better. Very tough, but he's good. But his face just kind of falls apart on him.
Looks like he fights every Friday night?
Well, his face fails him. He's not really hurt. So I said, how do you win or lose fights? I'm pretty good. It depends on the ref I get, because as soon as I get hit, it's going to show damage. But I'm not hurt. So sometimes they'll stop it too soon. You've seen these guys before, right? So he took me to this underground little fight thing once. Way in the back, middle of nowhere, this barn. The barn opens up, there's a ring inside of it, and about 60 dudes standing outside.
Okay.
All visibly carrying. And I'm talking long gun carrying. This is the middle of December in Missouri, out in the middle of nowhere. So instantly I feel uncomfortable. But it's not a bad environment, it's just cool. So anybody who wants to fight, show up with $100, throw it in the ring. If somebody wants to fight you for it, they come up with $100, throws it in the ring. If you make it past 3 minutes, they give you back 50. And then it's fight to the finish.
For $50.
For $50. So they do it because they don't want guys to leave with hard feelings or broke. That's how bad stuff happens.
Right.
So if you make it past 3 minutes, you get $50 back.
Wow.
Right. So this is what he does. This is his Waffle House money. So when he wants to go have a fun Saturday or go drinking or whatever, he goes and does this little Friday night fight deal. Right. And you can
so he knows he's making 3 minutes.
Yes.
So he's getting 50 no matter what.
And you can
Maybe
only fight
he
once.
leaves with 150.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the first knockdown or knockout, that means you win the whole 100. Under 3 minutes, you win the whole deal.
Yeah.
So this is what he does. This is how it works. So I went twice, and it started to get a little weird. And then,
you think?
A little bit. And this is when I realized, and we both realized at the same time, that he may have a problem with substances.
Yeah.
So we're going back, and he had his friends show up to the fight. So I showed up with him.
Okay.
And they wanted to go an hour north, and I lived an hour south. And he really wanted to go with them and couldn't because I want to go home.
Yeah.
So during this hour back, he keeps telling me how much he wanted to go with these guys because they were about to do some things.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
So
it right in the middle of that, on the way back, we both realized that maybe we're not too compatible, but we're still going to stay friends. So whenever he calls, I would never really answer.
Yeah.
And I would call him and he wouldn't answer.
Okay.
Just to let each other know that we're both still alive, doing well.
Yeah.
So I get these collect calls. He's in jail.
When's the last time he called you?
He called me this morning.
Oh, my.
This is why I'm talking about tough steak. So he's like, dude, I'm out now. Guess what? You got a fight coming up. Yep, tomorrow night.
How old of a guy is he?
He's 37 now.
Okay.
That's all he's done his entire life is fight and fight and fight and fight. And I even met his coach.
Is he still back in Missouri?
He's still back in Missouri. Right now, he's getting ready. He just unhooked his truck from the snowplow from his truck or whatever.
Okay.
He's got a farm job coming up where he's got to go cut down trees again, and then he'll circle back around to work for the old farm so he can, like, harvest deer meat. I guess it's deer season again or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so tough steak. So my guy, I love this dude, and he's actually coming out here. If he to hang out. He wants to come out here, and he thinks he's going to be an actor.
Get him on the show.
That's what I was asking you. Is it okay if Steak comes in here?
Yeah.
He's
you will make sure he doesn't attack me, right?
I can't be for sure what
Then
he's
let's
going
have
to
him
do.
on the phone.
Okay. But he's
Yeah,
coming
just don't
out
bring
here.
out $100.
He cannot stay with me. I thought that was cool though, right? Yeah, $50. You're guaranteed. But he's coming in. I think he's going to come in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Are you okay with this?
Let's put him on the phone.
But he's going to come with me.
What do you mean?
He's going to stay overnight at my place for
Well,
one
that's.
night.
I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do what you want to do.
Is that cool?
You're not painting a picture of somebody that I'm dying
He's
to
the
spend
nicest.
time with.
He's the
if I'm being
nicest guy in
honest.
the world. I tell you, his stories are unbelievable. We will sit him in this room, and he will tell us these stories, and we'll
Maybe
be
I'll pull a Cappy and work remotely that day.
And I swear, he's fought everybody in Missouri. Go ahead.
But I think he's one of those guys who once the bell rings, it just switches. Like the
Yeah.
switch comes on. I don't think he's gonna come and attack us.
I don't think
stuff like
so.
that.
He's never been to jail for assault. He's a bouncer. They hire him everywhere at bars, even in Columbia, Missouri. Makes a ton of money. All those college bars.
Yeah.
Like he's like Dalton.
From Roadhouse.
Right. He's known as the cooler, but this dude fights every other week. Yeah. So he's coming in. I just wanted to warn you. He's going to look scary, but he's the nicest guy in the world.
I have a pretty good visual of what this man might look like. I bet is he a big guy?
He's about, okay, so this is funny. You'll love this. So when you show up to these underground deals, if Jorge gets out there, takes off his clothes, that means he wants to fight. Takes off his top, and he's out there in jeans and boots and steps in, that means he wants to fight.
Okay.
I can't fight him.
Because you're just bigger than him?
Right. So anybody that's close to his size, that's how they decide.
So there's weight classifications without being specific.
There's rules without rules.
Right.
Right. So he's about when you said 5'11", 180, he's about like that.
So not big or small.
Not big or small.
Kind of right in the middle.
Right.
Like Parker. He looks like Parker, kind of.
Kinda.
Yeah.
But imagine if Parker could not be hurt.
Right.
That's tough steak. That's him. That's the guy I'm going to introduce you to. I cannot wait for you to meet him.
Pain don't hurt.
I'm going to need to know in advance on which day he's coming. I need to.
I
need to weigh my options. I need to make sure that I'm paid
You're
up.
going to be sick that day, aren't you?
Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't take many days off, but that may be one of the days.
I got football friends. I got
All of
friends
a sudden,
like
your
this.
kids have to do something that day, huh?
Yeah,
One percenter friends.
I
got a graduation that day or something.
Yeah. By the way, you're right.
Yeah.
You've got like 1%. You got the 1% of the 1%, and Steak.
Steak thinks we're doing it wrong. Like living by the rules, he thinks we're doing it wrong. That's what I'm. That's how he's been raised. That's why I love the guy.
I believe you.
I'm down to meet him. Yeah.
Right. See, I know you would love him. I bet you would love him. He's fought everybody. Everybody that's come through Missouri, he's fought him at least once.
I got to think about it. I'm going to start thinking about it right now. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Get ready for the concert event of the summer. On the road again. Catch Willie Nelson and family. Bob Dylan, Billy Strings, and more at the Outlaw Music Festival's 10th anniversary tour. Friday, May 16th, Hollywood Bowl. Get access to preferred tickets with your Citi card. For tickets and more, go to Ticketmaster.com and OutlawMusicFestival.com.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
You want to make friends, you buy a round for the bar.
Yeah.
Luca did that with parking. I thought that was fantastic.
Terrific.
Yes.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
You ever had a day that it's just everything's just kind of going your way, and then it just implodes, and you're now all of a sudden what was it could have been like legendarily great is awful?
Yeah, usually when my family wakes up.
Hope they're listening today.
Everything was going
Merry Christmas, Fars.
Oh my God. Yes.
Dylan Cease was throwing a no-hitter for the Padres last night against the Yankees, like getting close to having a no-hitter in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Against a pretty good Yankee team. Then Bellinger took him deep to tie the game at 1. It's like, no-hitter gone, lead gone, shutout gone.
Happens.
It does.
Yeah.
That just goes from, hey, maybe this is going to be one of the best days of my life throwing a no-hitter in Yankee Stadium to, okay, it's another baseball game. About 5 pitches later, he's out of the game with an arm injury.
Sucks.
I mean, my goodness.
He's like that sometimes, Poppy.
Stinks,
I
dude.
know. You probably knew I should stop now, and you pushed it. You wound up
I got
broke.
a no-hitter in Yankee Stadium going. I can't come out now.
You sound like somebody in Vegas. I was
know.
on a heater.
I know.
And now I'm broke.
Yeah.
Yes. You have 50 cents?
Speaking of Vegas, one of the things in my Instagram algorithm that I keep getting is people doing crazy bets in Vegas, like on blackjack tables and things like that.
Yeah?
Craps, right?
Okay.
And there was one I was watching the other day where this guy bet, I think it was $5,000 on a hand. And he got dealt 2 sevens, split them. Got dealt another 7, split them. Got dealt a 4 on one of the 7s, doubled down. Next thing you know, the $5,000 bet had turned into a $60,000 bet because of all of the things that had gotten split and doubled down and all this stuff. And he hit it. Like the dealer busted, right? So he hit it across the board. And but I'm thinking this is a 2-minute Instagram video. How many times does that go bad if you're doing that?
Pretty much every time.
That's what
other
I'm
than
saying.
That
Like,
one.
okay,
99.9% of the time.
Yeah.
Cool video, but my goodness.
That's lucky.
And no one's showing those bad beats on the Instagram, too. They're not showing those.
I know.
Funchy, did you understand everything he said about splitting in 4s?
Of course.
You knew? Okay.
Of course, man.
Are you not a blackjack guy?
No, not at all. Did you know everything he said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just nodding my head.
So if
yes.
you get 10s, 9s,
bro, you're wasting your time. Yeah.
8s, and 7s, you split them.
You split those.
But you have to pay twice because you have a chance to win twice.
I have no idea what you just said.
never
I'm not
mind.
even listening. Yeah, that's crazy.
Just give me your ATM card. I'll take care of it.
See, you sound like them. When I leave here, sometimes when I go home, I do watch like YouTube. Not when I'm driving. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
But poker blow-ups.
Oh,
those are hilarious.
Do you like to play poker?
Not at all. I have no idea what's going on. I just love when people go on tilt and freak out. That cracks me up.
No, that's fun.
Yes.
That's
How
fun.
do you lose and then criticize the guy that beat you for being a bad poker player?
Because okay, I'm going to try this. Okay,
you just cleaned me out. You're such a bad poker player. Yeah.
Good poker players playing against other good poker players. They all understand the odds. They're a very good poker player is a mathematician, basically. They
Pretty
understand
much, yeah.
what's on the table. This is a good bet. The odds are here. And what that guy that you're describing is, he had a 98% chance of winning whatever this is, or something very, very in his favor. And the only way he loses is if somebody does something incredibly stupid. And he's and he's used to playing against guys that know what they're doing. There's a guy out there that's just a rube, and he does the stupid thing, and he hits the 1 in 100 shot.
Lucky.
And just the guy with it would be like if you got in the batter's box against Pedro Martinez and hit a double off the wall.
Okay.
Pedro Martinez would be mad at you for
Lucky.
doing that to him.
But, I mean, okay, so he's lucky. And the guy that got lucky is just sitting there being lucky. He's not going crazy.
No.
He's just happy.
Yeah, he's
and
happy.
Then
He
you're
got the money.
freaking out telling me how bad of a poker player. And
Yes.
you're broke.
Yeah, well.
You
yeah.
know how stupid that sounds?
Two things
I got
can be
all
true
your
at the
money.
same time.
Right.
Two things can be true at the same time. Did you watch the Celtics and the Knicks last night?
I did.
Should Joe Mazzulla have called a timeout?
Not my brand of hoop.
Yeah. So just to set the scene,
I would have said yeah.
the Celtics get the ball back down a bucket or a point, I should say, with 12.7 seconds left, and they have a timeout left. They decide not to call a timeout. They start going the other way in a situation that was almost exactly what it was the possession before, where Tatum drives down the lane and bam, he hits a dunk, and it was an easy 2 for them. This time the Knicks play better defense, kind of push him off to the left side. He doesn't get a shot off. They steal the ball from him. Knicks go up 2-0. Why not call a timeout there?
Okay, so we've had this discussion. I don't know how long you've been doing radio?
30 years.
30 years. You've had this discussion at least 100 times.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, that's how they chose to run that situation. I'm sure that was communicated pregame. If we get in this situation, we're going. We're not going to stop.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's how they're doing it, and it failed.
By the way, I don't have a problem with what they did.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing that they should have, because if we go do a timeout, if you're Joe Mazzulla, the coach of the Celtics, what are you trying to get drawn up?
I'm trying to get a play for Tatum.
Right. What did they have?
A play for Tatum.
A play for Tatum. They had exactly what.
And the one thing I don't want you to do is give you a chance to set up.
There you go. Get Brunson off the floor.
Right.
Who's a smaller player, not a great defensive player. Like, this is one of those times that just because the result was bad doesn't mean the process was bad.
Thank you. Okay, see, I have been saying this for years, and I swear to God, I mean, I start fights in my family over the Marshawn Lynch thing.
Okay.
About Pete Carroll not giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch on the one because he didn't want Marshawn Lynch to be MVP.
Yeah.
You know how stupid that sounds?
Yeah.
That Pete Carroll's sitting over there thinking about that in the Super Bowl?
I'm with you.
That is so dumb.
I'm with you.
It was the right call, horrible result.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the worst possible result of the right call. Same with last night. That's how they do things. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, if you said, hey, you're going to get Jason Tatum in transition, 12 seconds, and
not give them a chance to hit the blackboard.
Plenty of time.
Right.
They got to defend it on the fly. They have no time to prepare. My best player, one of the best players in the league, has a head of steam going to the basket. You like it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever
I like it.
play I'm designing is trying to get that.
To get that started.
Right.
The Knicks played good defense.
Yes.
Mitchell Robinson and what was it, Bridges that ultimately
Bridges, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
They played great defense. Those guys get paid too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my point. What was the guy who picked it?
Malcolm
Butler?
Brown.
Malcolm Brown. That guy made one of the best plays you've ever seen that nobody talks about.
Yeah.
It was one of the best defensive instinct plays ever. We should be celebrating that, not talking about what Pete Carroll did or did not do.
We remember his name.
Same with them. Give the Knicks credit, huh?
We remember his name.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's what
Malcolm
I'm saying.
Brown.
That's the thing. So give the Knicks credit for playing solid D. Are people on Mazzulla's neck?
I wouldn't go as far as saying they're not Pete Carrolling him, but it was also one of those, dude, you had a timeout. You could have gotten something set up. Why not use it? New Pope's coming out, huh? Let's see. Who are we getting? Here he comes.
I mean, we don't know who this is until now?
Now we do right now.
Yeah.
I can't really see
don't
it.
know who it is.
Is that the Italian guy?
Is it the guy in the middle?
Or is that the Filipino guy?
We don't know.
Okay,
Let's see.
is that the guy right there?
The guy in the middle, I believe.
I don't think that's him.
That's not him?
I think he comes out a big
I think this
thing.
guy's going to make the announcement.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're still waiting.
We'll take a break.
But the
my eyes
Vatican
are
is on the
locked
clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Annuncio vobis gaudium magnum.
Well, there was
I don't know what he's saying.
gasp of the crowd, though. Did I hear that right? I don't know.
Oh, dude, this could really go. Oh, no.
That would be
so we
kinda
don't know
wild.
who it might be.
Oh, we have a pope. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he
saying
just
we have
said
a
in
pope?
Latin, we have a pope.
We have a pope.
Yeah.
And the list of candidates are from
Philippines,
Yep.
Italy,
Yep.
and Ghana.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Now there were more Canada, but those were like those were the potential number one picks.
Remember what you asked me about great days that started out great and then all of a sudden something happens and it kicked left?
The two guys that aren't getting this bid?
Oh, my God. This kid kicked all the way left.
I mean, they're still in the club. They still get to hang out. It's not like they get sent home.
Wow. Wow,
they're
the
just
whole
they're
world
like
is watching.
Unreal. Again, I don't know this stuff well, so I'm not trying to be black. There's no like vice popes. They're still just cardinals.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's no vice pope.
Okay.
No. There's no second. There's no vice president.
Right.
No.
Back to Emily's question at the golf course about Rihanna announcing her pregnancy.
Oh, right now?
She might be right. If she announced it here, you got the whole world watching
By
this
the way,
right now.
Riri announces her next pregnancy. Here we go.
Right. That's all eyeballs right there.
Oh, my goodness. All right. The one hole that ESPN thinks the Rams need to fix going into training camp. Coming up next is Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about my pal, Joseph S. Normand. He's the guy I called when my son was in an accident. He was the guy I called when I was in an accident. And delivery trucks, which is what I got in an accident with, as a matter of fact, they're always causing accidents on the road. So if you've been hit or injured by a delivery truck, you need to call the law office of Joseph S. Normand, because sometimes the drivers aren't paying any attention. They're overworked, little to no sleep. They're driving. They're not paying attention. So why not make sure that you get what you're entitled to, right? You focus on healing. Joe will handle the rest. Call 213-747-2000. The number for Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000. The roads are meant to be shared. Don't be fooled by insurance companies who want you just to go away so they can deal with the next one. They don't want to deal with you anymore. Joe is an expert on getting you the maximum compensation that you deserve. You don't want to be in an accident, obviously. You don't ever hope to get injured, but if you do, you need to know who to call, and that's Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000. Joseph S. Normand, where family always comes first.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey, John Ireland here. Laker fans, meet Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. It's a natural, healthier alternative loaded with ultra-premium ingredients like organic agave, electrolytes, B vitamins, and natural caffeine. Plus, it's NSF certified for sport. Just clean energy to keep you locked in without the crash or synthetic junk. So go grab yourself the limited edition Lakers can and rep the team in style. Pro Baller Energy, champions choose clean energy.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. If you've ever been in a car accident, you know how stressful it can be. My boy Leo and the crew at Active Collision are there for you. They're the experts at taking care of your business. I'm dealing with it right now. Hit and run. The back of my truck was smashed. I thought it was just a simple fix the tailgate. No. Leo said, boom, boom, boom. This is a problem, Bethel. Let me take care of it. 626-330-0100. 626-330-0100. You'll get a 50% discount on your deductible when you let them know that 710 sent you. Or check them out on Instagram at active.collision.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
We have an upset. I think.
I think so.
At 16 beating a 1.
Yeah. This is Anthony Bennett going number 1 overall in the NBA draft. The new Pope is an American.
From Chicago.
Robert Francis Prevost.
Think he likes deep dish?
Is hopefully not because it's awful.
Yeah.
USA.
Unreal.
We have an American Pope. Wow.
Interesting.
That never before?
Never before. Crazy. 50-50 one year, American Pope the next. Unreal.
Yeah.
Things we haven't seen before.
So I'm going to ask something. I don't understand this, but his name is, they have him labeled, not labeled, but his title is Cardinal Robert Prevost. But then his says Pope Leo the 16th.
So when you become Pope, you choose a name. Different name.
You choose a different name.
You become, that's why there's like multiple
If you
John
guys
Pauls
can choose a different name, what would it be?
Oh, that's a good one, Funch.
If you weren't Travis, DeMarco, or Jorge, who would it be? You guys are elected.
I would like to give this some thought. I would want to be something.
All right, we'll bring it back in factor cap.
Non-mainstream.
Yeah, about
non-mainstream.
Yeah,
okay.
because like Travis is not. It's not the most common name in the world, but it's not. Nobody double takes on Travis.
Okay,
you know what I mean? It's like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. I don't want to go like Michael or Sam.
Do you have
there's
an
a million
idea
of those guys.
of what your name might be?
I said Troy.
Troy?
But I think I would change
Too
it.
mainstream. Like you're
Troy.
Michael Funches.
Okay.
I named my son Michael. Like, right? I like names that are down the middle of the fairway. That's my choice. Okay, but I've had that name. I want something a little different.
Xavier.
No,
is that good?
Something exotic.
Exotic.
I want something with punctuation like you have, DeMarco.
With the apostrophe,
Yeah.
it's not all it's cracked up. Yeah, no one ever spells it right. Yeah.
All right.
And you can't enter it for like credit cards and whatnot.
Oh,
they always kick it back.
Do you
out.
have to leave it out
Yes.
when you do it?
D capital M, and then why is it capital? There's an apostrophe. It's the whole thing. You don't want that. Yeah.
So like when you're filling out your Social Security, you're never going to get your money.
Sometimes back in the day, I used to get stopped at the airport because my name wasn't spelled correctly.
Oh, really?
This is post 9/11 when everything. Yeah. So if it didn't say exactly that, you couldn't get on the plane.
I'm really kind of flabbergasted that we have an American Pope. I did not. I know that he was on the short list, but I didn't think he was at the top of the short list. And it happened fast. We got to the consensus.
They always say that when it comes to these things, that the favorite is never the guy that gets elected.
Oh, okay.
Got him again.
Yeah.
I got him again.
Dude,
Never
he
saw
looks
this
like the
coming.
guy that sells me my insurance.
Yeah. Okay.
Pope Leo the 14th.
Yeah, Pope Leo
I
the
believe
14th.
the last Pope, Benedict, he had a 4% chance of winning or becoming Pope.
So they got odds.
Yeah, they do. They do have odds.
Yeah, I know.
Actually. You could have bet on it.
I know. There you go.
Wow. Okay. Things we haven't seen before.
Scratch that off
I
the
cannot
list.
wait to watch the news to get all the breakdown. I'm getting it so far. I'm just reading stuff about it, so everyone is just as shocked as we are.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a Stephen A. of this stuff.
Oh,
right here,
there's
got to be
is
somebody.
one. There
Yeah, no
definitely is one. So ESPN took all 32 NFL teams to Marco and said this is the one thing that they have as a question mark as they head into camps and as we get ready.
Can I guess for the Rams?
Hit me.
Secondary.
No.
Linebacker.
No.
No.
I was surprised to see this too. So it
can't be receiver.
That's what it is.
It's receiver?
That's
okay,
what it
they
is.
say you're thin.
Specifically at the third wide receiver spot.
Okay.
So obviously you got Puka and Devontae.
This is the Tutu Atwell conversation.
This is
all
the
over again.
Tutu Atwell / Jordan Whittington / whoever else
Whittington
they tried.
has a role. He is special teams, part-time receiver, and depending on how good you do at receiver, your special teams numbers will decrease.
Mm-hmm.
So he got a job in the mailroom, worked himself up into the offense. You could stay there now, depending on how you play. Tutu is kind of the anomaly. He's a smaller guy. He's a fast guy. He's a receiver, and he doesn't play special teams at all. So, which means you got to make your money on the offensive side.
There's Pope.
Is that him?
That's Pope. What's his name? Leo.
Pope Leo the 14th.
Leo the 14th.
Formerly Cardinal.
Okay, so when they showed him pictures earlier, he looked like the guy selling me the insurance. Now he
Right?
looks like the Pope.
Exactly,
Because he's
right?
got all the gear on. He's got the uniform. He's got the hat. He's
What a
got
moment.
the cloak.
Is she crying?
Oh, I'm sure.
Wow, what a moment. Okay. Like,
He's got
that's
the
tears of
scepter.
joy, right?
I would assume so.
Okay, well, I can't hear it in
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I think he has like a Chicago accent too.
Oh, man.
Hey, you guys.
Cubs or White Sox?
I guarantee you he has a take.
I bet he
I
does.
guarantee.
Yes, he does.
Now, I'm going to guess, and this is just a South Sider is a White Sox fan.
Yeah.
I don't know where there'd be more Catholics on the South Side or on the North Side where the Whites. I'm
That's a
guessing
good
maybe the
question.
South Side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better be very popish with your answers.
Where do you come out
regardless.
on deep dish pizza? The
I
Chicago.
love deep dish. I'm
Do
surprised you don't
really?
like deep dish.
I don't.
I mean,
I
you
love pizza,
You
but I
gotta
don't
let
like
it
that.
sit. You
Too
gotta
much
let it
dough.
sit for a while. You do.
It's if I want lasagna, I'll have lasagna. I don't need that.
But it's just cheese and meat. And
Yeah, so why do we have
deep
dough?
dish?
It's dough.
There's too much dough.
Too much dough.
Yeah.
It's runny. It's oddly
Yeah.
Give me if I want pizza, I want pizza. I don't need square lasagna adjacent.
I'm a New York
pizza.
style guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
I like
big,
that too.
long, flat, folded in
Yeah,
half.
folded
I'm
up,
with
yeah.
you. Look, there's no such thing as bad pizza. It's just if I put deep dish pizza in front of you, you'd eat it.
Of course I would.
Yeah.
That is not the question.
Yeah.
But that's true of almost everything.
Correct. That's
Now,
what
do
I
you
mean.
eat it with a knife and fork?
Yes.
You kinda
depending
have
on what
to.
you're wearing and where you are.
Yeah,
Yes.
man, pick it up.
It goes everywhere.
You cannot eat it on a subway.
Yeah.
It'll be all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at a table, knife and
I
fork,
like
no
the
doubt.
little foldable slice.
That's him.
Yeah,
That's New York.
I like
There you
that.
go.
Hey,
I
like
got
that.
you. You're on
where,
the go.
Where are we on that Detroit square pizza thing?
Tight.
A little.
Tight.
So here's why I don't hate that.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite, but I would rank it ahead of the Chicago pizza.
Okay.
Because you get that crunchy crust around the part that touches the pan.
Right.
The deep dish thing, the entire thing gets soggy.
I hear that.
The Detroit's like kind of rectangle shaped pizza, especially if you get a corner piece, you get two good sides of crust there.
Yeah. Well, ask them for well done. You can.
But then it just turns into pizza soup.
There's a new pizza joint here in the corner.
Yeah.
They sell the squared.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
Have
right.
you guys tried it?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Any
It's
good?
all right.
Is it square flat or square thick?
It's
Square thick.
square
Oh,
thick.
yeah. Good stuff. Okay.
They have lunch special, 2 slices and a soda for like $12.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Does he deliver a sermon right now?
I think he should say something.
Well, I'm sure, yeah, but does he do a full service or sermon, or is it just what's up, folks?
Is this him?
Yeah.
Fratelli, sorelle carissimi. Questo è il primo saluto del Cristo.
Yeah, he's in the
Italian.
It's Italian.
Thought he might
I
mention
thought
Mike
you said
Ditka.
Chicago.
Well, you might speak
I
Italian.
thought you said Chicago.
Caleb Williams is going to have a great year. We're going to fix that offensive line. We're going to give him weapons.
Yes.
And we're going to the Super Bowl in just his second year in the season.
Start out with Go
Coach
Bears.
Ditka will fix this.
Go Bears.
What if he came out in a Caleb Williams jersey?
Oh,
Incredible.
come on.
Let's go to the Super Bowl. He's invited,
There
right?
you, of course he is.
He's from Chicago.
Yeah, of course. Wait,
I'm
the
busy that
Bears
day.
are going to the Super Bowl now. Watch.
What if his first thing was, as my first declaration as Pope, I officially say that Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time.
Wow.
He named him as a
LeBron
saint.
And
everyone else stand down. Michael Jordan, by holy decree,
Call me a liar.
is the greatest player of all time.
I dare you. That's funny. Yes, that's funny.
Why not?
They picked. I'm sorry. They picked receiver as the biggest hole.
They did.
Just depth wise. Okay, I can see that. That makes sense.
I think it's a referendum on how most people look at Tutu Atwell, because I think
Yeah.
most people share my view, which is there's some utility there. I know that, it seems that his best players are drawing PI flags down the field, which is not nothing. He'll make a big play here and there. He's just not on the field a lot.
Right. See,
And it's hard for me to feel great about a guy that doesn't play a ton of snaps.
Okay, so to me, Sean McVay has been 100 by 100, 5 by 5. He's been almost perfect, either on the field or off. That might be your one miss, and I think he knows it.
Tutu?
Yeah, I think it's not because it's people think Tutu can't play, and it's never been that. It's just you're not putting him on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he needs to get on.
I'm genuinely asking. I'm not being antagonistic. Because he's not on the field, doesn't that mean he can't play?
No, he can play. It's just, how do you say this? I just didn't get to certain things. You've heard coaches say this before.
Okay.
Especially football coaches.
Yeah.
We just didn't get to certain things.
Okay.
You probably had a package
Sure.
for Tutu, a way to use him, to attack with him, depending on how the game went. Let's say Kyron fumbled. You had a plan for Tutu, and then Kyron fumbled and the game changed.
Okay.
All that goes away.
Got it.
So now we're going to use Cooper, we're going to use Puka, we're going to use the bigs to get back in the game, which means we don't have a 2-2 package.
Got all of that. That makes sense on any given Sunday. For 4 years, that's been happening every time?
It's not that he can't play.
Yeah.
He really can play, but the one thing for his deal is he can only do that. Like if you're 2-2 and Sean's not putting you on the field, then you would say, I'll just go return punts. I'll find a way to get on the field.
Splattered.
Right, but he's not a punt returner.
Right.
He's not a kick returner. He is just a receiver. So you have to wait until the opportunity is there for you to be used. But it's not like he can't play. It's just a specific way to use him.
I understand.
Does that make
point.
sense?
Yeah, I understand it. I just don't think I agree with it.
And he's an anomaly. Usually guys like that have one specialty that you can't really use are gone.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
If I got a guy who, for whatever reason, whether he's not good enough, whether we can't get to the package, whether somebody fumbled, et cetera, okay, but for 4 years, I've never really used you. I don't need to have you around anymore.
I would hate as a coach if I had to let you go, right? And he can clearly play. Let you go someplace else, and somebody immediately uses you to your abilities.
Yeah.
That would suck.
That would suck, but if I'm not, that's one of those things. I'm not using it. Like, for instance, I have a car in my garage that I never drive. Does it run? Yeah. Could somebody else use it? Yeah. I never use it.
You're right.
So
That's what Tutu says.
Just holding on to it doesn't make any sense to me.
That's what Tutu says. Just play me. I can make plays, and he does when he gets in there.
A little Factor Cap Funches style coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Hey, guys.
Fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Are you ready for the NFL season? The schedule release is coming, and we know the best place to get your tickets this year. My friends at Vivid Seats. They're seriously legit, and you earn rewards on every purchase. That's basically free football games. When that schedule hits, don't wait around. For the best selection and all the great deals, head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in your game days now.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Hi, guys.
Aloha.
Monse!
Aloha.
Oh, wait. Yo tengo.
Aloha. Yeah, you're going to Hawaii, aren't you? Are you going to Hawaii?
No. I'm not going to Hawaii.
What?
They're not playing.
You're not going to Hawaii like the Brady's?
It's mini camp, bro. Come on.
You're not going to Hawaii like the Brady's?
What you want me to report? They're in shorts?
I'll go.
Matthew Stafford just threw an out pass to
Sure.
no one.
Sure. to somebody not Tutu?
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Come on.
Bobby Brady's little idol brought a lot of people bad luck, Fudge. I'm glad that you brought that up.
Wasn't there like a spider at the end of that thing?
Spider nearly got Peter. Alice threw her back out. Greg wiped out in surfing.
Oh, my God. I remember
Jan lost something. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
I see Greg is on a surfboard. He's got the tiki around his neck, and it says to be continued.
Yeah, well, he wipes out. And then it's to be continued.
Oh, my God.
And
trauma.
Mr. Brady had to run into the surf to save him
That's
and
it.
ruin his perm. Because Mr. Brady, remember, like towards the end of the line, Mike Brady showed up with like that wild ass perm.
Yes.
And it's like, well, this is different.
All that was missing was the chin strap.
Yeah. And so I don't think you can go in the ocean with a perm, can you?
Wow.
But he did it anyway.
It was in style.
There you go.
So I about 15 minutes ago asked you if you guys were elected Pope, what would you change your name to? You guys didn't give anything?
No, I'm still thinking. You got one?
No.
I got one.
Yeah.
You got one?
I went to like this generator, right? Pope
Yeah.
name, and mine came up, or the one I liked was Pope Urban.
Pope Urban, like Keith Urban?
So origin
Urban
is Latin, meaning is of the city, and description, it gives you a whole description and stuff. But
That's not bad.
Out of all of them, I went Pope Urban.
You can pick any name you want.
Yeah,
as
I mean,
Pope.
it's the generator. So,
You can pick any name as Pope. You don't
Any
have to-
name?
Anything.
You could be
Anything.
Pope Travis the First.
Pope Urban the First, right here.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I changed my name to Keyshawn.
Keyshawn? Pope Keyshawn! Oh, my God. I can see that. Oh, my God.
I'd want Key's blessing before I do it, but
No, it's better if you didn't. What's he going to do? Track down the Pope? That's
There you
funny.
go.
Wow.
All right, next one. Sorry, Keyshawn.
Yeah.
Keyshawn.
Thank you.
Pope Key the First.
Yes.
So a couple nights ago, I went to a chicken place and I ordered some tenders, a 14-piece tender with some sides and some biscuits and everything. And
Spicy?
Two-piece.
spicy,
And a
spicy.
soda.
It was a mix,
Yeah.
spicy
Okay.
and mild.
Okay.
So we go home and we see 2 boxes instead of 1. And it's a complete another order of 14 tenders. So I basically got 28 tenders for dinner.
Ooh.
It's a lot of
So
tenders.
I had a conundrum.
Just for you and your wife?
Just for me and my wife.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a conundrum. Do we take the food back and be like, hey, you gave us too much food? Or do I just eat the whole thing? So it happens to you guys. Factor Cap, what do you guys do? Do you eat the food? Factor Cap.
Go ahead, DeMarco.
Gone. Oh, my God, gone. Absolutely. Not my mistake.
Well, it's not only not. I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's not only not your mistake. Even if you took it back, you know what they're going to do with it?
Throw it out.
They're going to throw it in the trash.
Yes.
Why? It's food.
Because they don't know what you could be a lunatic psychopath that did something to it, so they can't serve it to the next person.
Oh.
Right. So that trash, that food is
Yeah.
going from. Hello, Mr. Chicken Place.
already been
You
accounted
gave
for.
me double the order. They'd say, "Oh, great." First of all, they would offer for you to keep it. And even if they took it back, they'd throw it straight in the trash.
Yeah,
so
but
eat it.
I feel bad taking it, and
You didn't do it. You didn't steal it.
You didn't steal it.
Like I feel like I'm gonna go back and be like, "Hey, you're the guy I gave double chicken to."
You could give it to a homeless guy. You could, you could do something like that. You could put it in the fridge. And by the way, you know what's really good in the air fryer the next day? Chicken fingers.
Oh, nice.
Well, I had chicken fingers the next 2 mornings.
Yeah.
There
you
so
go.
I even had it this morning. So yeah.
What
That is
sides
called-
did you get?
That is called a palinka.
Coleslaw.
What did we get? Mac and cheese and mashed potato.
You didn't get the
Nice.
rice and beans there?
We did. I got a little bit.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Man. All right. Let's go. Move on to the next one. Let's see. What do I have here? I'm not prepared too much. So. a man.
I can't believe you guys actually know what jersey he's wearing.
It's
like you actually care about that jersey.
Deeply.
Really?
Deeply.
I mean, you care about the team, but care about the jersey, like what it's
both.
Okay, sorry.
I care about what it represents.
Can I say what's wrong with the jersey?
Nothing. I want them to bring back throwbacks.
Ever since I got in this business,
Yeah.
the former athletes hate the guys like us that wear the jerseys.
I
That's
don't misread me. I don't hate people
I don't think
that wear
that's your
jerseys.
objection. Your objection is our fascination with the small details
Your
of the jersey.
obsession to knowing that what he's wearing is not right or wrong, or
that's right. That's the
numbers in
appropriate jersey for Ohtani. If that jersey had piping around the sleeve or a white outline around
You
Dodgers,
lost me at piping.
that would be an Oral Hershiser / Fernando Valenzuela era jersey as opposed to an Ohtani / Mookie era jersey.
And then they used to have the white outline, as you pointed out the other day. They used to have the white outline.
And you know what? I have a strawberry jersey as well.
It has the white outline.
It has the white outline.
Of course it does, because that's the
Yeah.
late 80s, early 90s. That's when strawberry was around.
All right,
This is normal, or am I?
I think
This is
well,
normal.
I mean,
Okay, which part is normal?
None of us are normal.
Okay, so when you guys...
You have a friend that fights in barns and goes to jail every day.
Well, I'm kind of afraid not to answer the phone mistake, but yeah.
Well, what about when the Rams do their jersey changes or whatever? I mean, you guys don't have the same jerseys that you have now.
No,
than you guys
I mean,
in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you guys
and
it's dramatically different.
There's going to be some jersey stuff coming, but I mean, I just
really?
don't. I don't freak
What's
out
coming
over
out?
it. I just don't freak
You know,
out. Yeah.
you just aren't uninterested, for lack of a better word.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the three of us are deeply
All right,
interested.
so for instance, when you won it was yellow and blue, or just to say yellow and blue,
Yeah.
right? The following year, it was gold and blue, correct? They went
Yes.
they changed it to gold, but see,
Royal
we noticed.
gold or blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about it?
No, I'm just saying we noticed those things. I don't know if
I noticed that it was drastic, but I mean, I didn't really freak out over it.
No, I
don't
mean,
know.
it's not
Weird.
to freak out, but
Yeah,
it's just
okay.
things that we notice. It's things like that.
Put it on and go tackle people.
All right, guys. Let me just do this last one before we go.
Yeah.
In Lexington, Kentucky, an 8-year-old child ordered 70,000 lollipops on his mom's Amazon when he was playing with his mom's phone.
Yeah.
And he wanted to give it to all his friends or whatever.
That's terrific.
70,000
That's
dum-dums.
your fault. Yes.
70,000 dum-dums. And apparently they came to the house, 22 cases of 70,000 dum-dums.
You have a price tag?
I don't know. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Because those things are, what, a nickel a piece?
Probably.
Yeah.
Let's
They're little lollipops.
Yeah.
That's
Those dum-dums.
$7 grand.
4,000.
Okay.
$4,000.
Okay, that's a lot.
$4,000
That's
of
a
your
lot of
mom's-
money.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's not nothing.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Got me to thinking, I've ordered some stuff before, on Amazon, just not knowing, or just ordered two of the same item without knowing because I'm just, doing it fast, or it might be a little abbreviated or whatever, But factor cap
abbreviated or inebriated?
Inebriated.
Hey. I heard
Either one.
Hey. I heard abbreviated too. Jorge,
I did,
we're
yeah.
going to need to go back and listen to that
of
tape
course,
because
of
I heard
course.
abbreviated. And here, Funches, you need to give me credit because I was going to let it go. And then when you stopped on it, I'm like, yep,
Wait
I
a
heard
minute.
it too.
You guys know jerseys, but you say
I'm
abbreviated.
sorry. I'm sorry. I went to a junior college.
My bad. Okay, let's go.
But anyway.
Okay.
I went to the same one.
All right, what's the question?
Have you got factor cap? You guys have ordered something, double of something
Oh,
before
facts.
or
It
something,
just happened. We have ordered, this is our fourth grade yearbook. We ordered the same yearbook 3 times in a row. Really? Yeah, so we have 3 fourth grade yearbooks now at our house. So
She
yes,
can go get a
facts.
lot of autographs.
That's
from
what
her
I'm saying,
friends.
right?
She can fill that thing up.
Yes.
I've told this story before, but I know I've accidentally ordered more than one of something, and it shows up, and now you got 16 tubes of toothpaste instead of the 2 you were trying to order. But Susan and I were having martinis one night at the house, and this was when those Time Life commercials, like the catalog of this artist or that artist is running, and it was power ballads of the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, these are great. Let's get all the REO Speedwagon that we can get. Wait. Air Supply's on there too? So we ordered these things when we were in the bag. And, 6 to 8 weeks later, this enormous box shows up on our front step. And we're open like, what the hell did we order? It was like I don't know, 12 CDs.
Oh my gosh!
So you ordered a whole collection?
And
Wow.
it was all of these, like the greatest hits of the 70s and 80s. There's like 5 good songs on 12 CDs. It was right before like Apple Music was super easy to get, and we're like, yes. So yes, I've done
yeah.
During the pandemic, there was not enough toilet paper going around.
yeah.
People were
of course.
trying to get toilet paper. So Brenda's mom says, hey, I'm going to order some toilet paper from Amazon. Would you guys like some and stuff like that? So we're like, yeah. She sends a picture. Like, what do you guys think of this? Look, as cheap as $2 and like something cents. And we're like, oh, heck yeah. Order like 20 of them. Like, we're interested.
Stock up.
Dude, she never looked, and we never looked either. If we just went by the picture, it was receipt paper.
Oh no, no receipt paper.
She ordered
It was a roll of receipt.
She ordered like 60 rolls of
you still
receipts.
can
You got to go buy a cash register at that point. You got to do something.
This was in your future.
That works, by the way, in a pinch. When you gotta, that will work.
Heck yeah, give me that right there.
Yeah. I gonna pay. No, all right. Give me a piece
that.
of printer paper. We're gonna let me fold it up 10,000 times and give this a shot.
No
Let it
sharp
warm.
corners. No sharp corners.
Just add water.
Jeez.
Soak it.
Yeah, soak it.
Oh my
No,
God,
that's
crazy.
worse.
You guys are crazy.
Oh,
goodness.
disgusting. All right.
I'm abbreviated.
I got a theory for you on Ohtani that I want to run by you. I don't know if this is a good or a bad idea, but I think it's one or the other. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. And don't forget, you're going to want to listen all week to our show. That's the Travis DeMarco Show for your chance to win a $100 gift card to Islands Restaurant. You're going to want to call 877-710-ESPN. Let's say you call us right now. Right now, caller number 7 will win. Make sure to try their new $10 protein bowls, available only for a limited time. Listen all this week from 9 to noon on 710 ESPN. Caller number 7 wins a $100 gift card to Islands right now. 877-710-ESPN.
Listen up, whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
John, there was a Cheeto that was discovered that looks shockingly like Michael Jordan's Jumpman logo.
Okay.
You haven't seen this, have you?
No, send it to me.
Oh, no. It's sold. It's sold? How much? $8,113. It's like 3 inches tall and 2 inches wide. Who makes that kind of Cheeto? There must have been a dramatic malfunction in the machinery.
John, if you see it, it looks exactly like the Jumpman logo.
Yeah, it's 3 inches tall.
I wouldn't pay $8,000 for it, but...
Nor would I. And I can't imagine there's a market value for it. And plus, at the end of the day, will it not, just crumble?
Look at it, son, I bought this for $8,000.
Now,
I want you to pass this along.
There's not much left.
I would not pay $8 for this Cheeto.
Isn't it weird?
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Next at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Ticket Thursday alert. Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, Billy Strings, and Sierra Hull. All live at the Hollywood Bowl for the Outlaw Music Festival on May 16th. Tickets are on sale now, but you can win yours right here. This Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA, we're hooking up listeners with 4 pairs of tickets to see these legendary artists take the stage. Tune in Thursday for your cue to call and win. The Outlaw Music Festival, May 16th. Willie, Dylan, Billy Strings, Sierra Hull. Presented by Live Nation. Don't miss it.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
You're from over there, I'm from over here. We're sitting in this hot tub together. What do you like to drink?
No.
See?
No.
No? Not at all? Come on.
No.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
What were you going to tell me? I was still thinking about rolling up paper and stuff.
What was I going to tell you about what? Jorge just gave us some breaking news on the Pope.
Yeah, thanks to Graham back there. The Pope is from the South Side in Chicago, but he's a Cubs fan.
That's a mixed match thing. Usually the Southsiders are the Sox fans.
That's a PC thing to say, though.
Why?
I mean, I don't know. You,
No,
you don't want any enemies, right?
No, but he made enemies of White Sox fans,
That's
assuming
true.
such a thing exists.
To get away with that, you got to be popish to do. Yeah, to be a Cubs fan there, you really do. Or they're going to call you certain names. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That the Pope is from Chicago is going to take me a minute. I'm sorry.
Can you imagine?
That's going to take a minute.
If you cussed him out back in the day and he becomes Pope.
Pope's a pretty big job.
Can you imagine that? If you're a White Sox fan and just gave it to him one day and you realize that guy became Pope?
So at some point, and I don't know, Robert Francis Prevost was prior to being Pope. Leo the 14th is okay. At some point, he was just crushing beers in the outfield at Wrigley, right? Like, I mean, it's
possibly.
Like, right? He was. He's
shotgunning him too.
He's at Soldier Field, like. Kate McNown?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. At some
Seriously? Like he was doing that, right?
Maybe.
Why can't Jay Cutler sucks? Like he was doing that, right? I mean, he grew. Have you ever
watching Cutler?
Have you ever met anybody from Chicago that wasn't a sports fan?
No,
not me.
It doesn't happen often.
Not me.
Doesn't
Like
happen
the
often.
Chicago folks are into their sports.
They are,
right?
yes.
And so that this guy is a Chicagoan. He's probably at Blackhawks games getting in fights.
Everything that's on video has been scrubbed, by the way.
Our waiter at Cosm was from Chicago, and he admitted to be a White Sox fan.
Right there you go.
We're sorry
See?
for you, bro.
Nice. Win for Chicago.
I love
Rare
it.
win for Chicago.
You guys are familiar with the vacation movies with Chevy Chase?
Of course. Yeah.
You know, he's like wearing the Blackhawks jersey throughout I think it's Christmas vacation where he's got it on. That's how I picture Pope Leo the 14th.
I can
He's
see
got
that.
the Blackhawks jersey in the
Clark
back room.
W. Griswold is now that's crazy.
Clark
Wow.
W. Leo the 14th.
Crazy.
Wild.
Wow.
Wild. I don't know. What was I going to ask
You were telling me about Ohtani. What were you saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What?
Okay.
He's great?
Well, yeah. I
He's
mean, we know
super
that.
good?
We know that's...
The
yes.
Angels used to have him? Sorry, Parker.
So the Angels are getting ready to make a run to even deeper bottoms than they've been in. It's pretty exciting. Their underlying metrics. You know, sometimes you say, "Hey, it's actually not as bad as it looks."
Mm-hmm.
They're actually playing better than their numbers indicate, and they're still in last place.
And they're still bad. Okay.
So that could get interesting quickly.
You should take no enjoyment out of that, but go ahead.
Tell me what you guys think about this. I want to go back to not 2024. I want to go back to the end of 2023 in the Dodger season. Okay?
Okay.
One of the
end of 2023.
topics of 2023 was, hey, you know what? Walker Buehler may be ready to pitch by the end of the year. And they never really officially closed the door, and Buehler was like, hey, I'm getting close. I'm going to try. I would love to be here for the stretch run. I would love to be here for the postseason run. And the Dodgers were at least publicly entertaining the idea of maybe sort of, if everything breaks right, Walker Buehler can be back. Didn't work out. Didn't pitch for him. So fast forward to the next spring training, 2024 of last year. Walker Buehler not only is not ready to pitch at the beginning of the season, but he doesn't come back until well into the season, about a month or so into the season.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, when Walker Buehler returned from his second Tommy John surgery, he was terrible. Not just not very good, he was terrible. He was really trying to rediscover how to get guys out at the major league level. You and I have talked with Oral Hershiser about this.
I do remember.
Oral's talked about how he and Walker would talk about this and having to learn to pitch a different way because he'd had a second arm surgery. And it got so rough, they sent him out. They basically said, hey, you need to go home and figure this out on your own and let us know when you want to give this another shot.
Right.
Towards the end of last season, they bring him back, and he's marginally better, but not very good. He makes the postseason roster essentially because they have no better options in their pitching rotation at that point. And he pitches lights out. They win the World Series because he's terrific. And it's a great...
The run of his life.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's your background. Shohei Ohtani is also coming off of a second arm surgery. Shohei Ohtani was at least being moderately speculated to, we talked about this last year, about maybe you could use him out of the bullpen towards the end of last season.
Right.
Right? Shohei Ohtani was not ready to pitch at the beginning of this season despite being told we were really close at the end of last season. Just the other day, they're saying he may pitch around the All-Star break, shortly after the All-Star break. If all of these other things are similar to Walker Buehler,
he's going to be the biggest star in the world.
He's going to, but no. But you're leaving out the part where Walker Buehler was bad for 5 months.
You're expecting him to be bad.
I'm not.
First.
No. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm not expecting him. I'm saying that guys that have 2 Tommy John surgeries typically don't just land and take off. It takes a minute. You kind of got to refigure it. And I think the Dodgers really now, to your point, like you've said, Ohtani may be such an outlier that none of this applies to him, that he's just such a freak that he can do things that no one else can do. But if the Buehler arc is the arc, he's not going to be good in time by the time the playoffs roll around. So what I'm getting at is, why not pitch him sooner? Why not start? Because you don't have the option of saying, hey, go figure this out. He's going to be here in the big leagues the whole time because of his bat. So would they not be better served to get a look at exactly where he is sooner than later, assuming that his health is decent?
Okay, so I'm looking at Walker Buehler just real quick. So you're talking 2024, right?
Yes.
When he came back.
Yes.
With an ERA of 10.
Yes.
And then he worked it to 6 and then to mid-3s, right? So you want to get this 10 out of the way early.
I want to get the 5 months it took for him to knock off the rust that was on there, to figure out how to pitch differently. That, we talked about it before, that he went from a guy that could just blow fastballs by guys to get out of trouble.
That. Yeah, but that would mean for me, like, you're pitching now.
Kinda.
Oh,
yeah.
Is he ready to pitch?
Well, this is my point. Everybody seems to be, it's one of these, we're just going to wait. We're going to have him when we need him. Let's wait. No one's saying he's not ready necessarily. They're saying he's just not ready to go, if that makes any sense.
I'm assuming if he's ready, we're going to know it. So if they're saying he's not ready, then I don't think he's healthy enough to go.
They were really close at the end of last year.
I remember.
And so
But that was almost by necessity.
Well, regardless, if he was on the 1 yard line in October, it's May. So either we've had a setback or we're slow playing it, and I really do think they're slow playing it.
I mean, I wouldn't want to do
too.
It because he could.
Let's see
you
what
could
it is.
Cause him long-term damage.
Well,
and we may have to. So if we have to in a pinch, we could use him.
So in
but
that
he's not
case,
really ready.
In the long term. So okay, if that happens, I don't want it to happen. Nobody wants it to happen, but at least then there's some clarity. He's not an option to pitch. Put him in DH and let's just roll this thing out and let's go.
Travis, that's the world I live in.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But if it's hey, listen, he's got to figure out
how to
Shohei
pitch
2.0. Then let's start that.
With him, and he's unlike any other pitcher in the world, save for a few. I'm not going until he's 100% ready. And then I'll figure it out. So if there's any risk I could hurt him long term, I would say no, unless I really needed him, and you did last year.
But I understand this. If he's not ready, my arm's not ready to pitch in the major leagues, then we're done with this conversation. But I'm not sure that's what it is. I'm not sure that this question isn't, hey, I'm going to throw 100 innings this year, just to pick a number. Let's wait to the end. My thing is, let's start the 100 innings. Let's see what it looks like so we can knock off
the Marlins. Then
I don't think the opponent matters at all. I think it's just let's get into the big leagues and see how you feel, what it looks like. Are you getting guys out? Does your pitches have bite? Do they have ride? Do the metrics of these things look right? Or are you going to have a Walker Buehler learning curve where, hey, I got to figure out how to do this a different way?
In aggregate, who's the better pitcher? Career-wise, I guess you'd have to go with.
It's close.
It's close.
It's the comp. It's probably Ohtani. Both of them at their best, I think it's Ohtani by a nose.
Yes,
but both of them at their best are both A+ pitchers.
If I'm playing chess with pitchers, I'd rather sacrifice a Walker Buehler than him. So I would trot him out before he's ready than I would Ohtani. If that makes any sense?
I'm not. If the idea is I'm sacrificing anybody, it's a bad idea. My idea is
pitching you before you're 100% ready.
Let's get him sharp faster.
I agree
then
with
if
you.
he's healthy, let's start the sharpening process.
How long do you think it takes for him to get sharp?
I don't know. That's the great. It
okay.
took Walker Buehler 5 months.
Well, that's Walker Buehler, the human. Okay. This is Ohtani, the alien.
I understand. Well, Walker Buehler was not some guy off the street. He was an elite level guy.
He's not Joe Bag of Donuts, but he's not Ohtani.
Do you guys watch the backstage Dodgers after a game here and there?
Yeah.
There's replays of this stuff like regularly, right? There's a clip that it's been I've seen it almost every other day. It's Ohtani in spring training throwing, and then he's asking Dave and the pitching staff, "Hey, can I throw 95? Can I try 96?" They're like, "Nah, dude, just
they got
keep
the brakes
it at
on
90." He's like, just let me try 94. Let me try to hit 95. And it's just like, dude, this guy has that in him. Like, I think he's closer to being ready
that
than
tells you
that.
some of these guys are going out there too soon then.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, they got a big investment and you're not ready to throw hard yet. So I said no. But some guys get your butt out there.
To me, it's if he's even 5% not ready, then you don't pitch him. That's an easy decision.
Yeah.
That's an easy decision. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about he's ready. We're just going to wait because we're going to do it at the end. That, to me, is the decision. If he's ready today, let's start pitching him today. Not, let's wait.
What have I told you?
Let's wait.
What have I told you with the injury history? Even though he's fine, you only got 100 innings.
What are they going to look like? That's my point. If he comes back and he looks great, then put him back on ice. Mm-hmm. And just say, okay, look, we'll go to you when we need to have you. But what if he comes back and he looks like crap?
Can I convince you those 100 innings are going to be great, but all you're going to get is 100? So if you waste them now, you're not going to have them later?
Nobody's crystal ball's that good. I don't know what it's going to look like.
I mean, health-wise.
I need the health-wise.
Health-wise, as a doctor, you're only going to get 100 out of this before something starts to happen, so make sure you use them wisely.
So let me can I look at 20 of them right now and see what it looks like? Because if the first 20 look like, you know what, then I'm like, I got to see the next 20, or because I got to start making other plans if this isn't coming around. If he has a Walker Buehler-like arc, he's not going to be ready in time for the postseason. He's just not. There's just not enough time left.
Okay. I mean, that's, based on Buehler's performance. But, I mean,
then again, it could be the opposite. He can come in hot.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm assuming. As soon as he's ready, he's going to be dialed in. At least more than most.
The reason that's possible is because he's him.
Right.
But most guys have not done that. Mm-hmm. The guys that have come back from this, there's a progression
Put
back
him in
to
the
what
LeBron
it is.
penthouse. It's
Maybe.
just things that we think don't apply to him.
That could easily be true. It's coming up on Saturday. You know what I'm talking about. Me, Cappy, Morales. We are calling Metro Little League live from Lake Center Athletic Park in Santa Fe Springs. First pitch is at noon. That is this Saturday, May 10th. Classic Little League on our YouTube channel, ESPN LA style. Make sure that you check us out this Saturday, noon, first pitch. Metro Little League live from Lake Center Athletic Park in Santa Fe Springs. Me, Cappy, and Morales on the call. Let's talk a little NBA. Steph out for a week and another road team win. That's coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Hey, Ma, you know how you've always wanted a Ford Mustang Mach-E? I got good news for you. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
We're giving away a Ford Mustang Mach-E. Earn entries now playing table games, and on the 31st, you could drive away in a Mustang.
Number 2.
Moms get a free carnation on Mother's Day.
And the number 1 reason.
Mom's Day Sparkling Wine Brunch. A row buffet, bubbly, and a gift, all for a special price on Mother's Day.
Morongo, good times.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
So, you played in the NFL, so maybe you're the wrong person to ask. And those two guys in the other room are
I don't know what color we were wearing.
Old enough to ask. No, it's not uniform related. I went yesterday. I had a pretty good day. Okay.
Yeah.
Ate well. Like didn't eat bad things for me. Ate healthfully. Exercised. Got plenty of sleep. Didn't drink yesterday. Nothing. All the good stuff. Drank plenty of water. I woke up this morning like I got run over by a car. My legs hurt. My hips hurt. I have a pain in my chest that hasn't gone away all day. Is that just being an old man?
Yes.
That's it? There's nothing. I did all the right things, and I still feel
some days
sick.
your body just says, ouch. It's going to let you know.
You slept in the wrong position.
Yeah. Or you've been working your butt off. How many miles have you gone this week? It's Thursday,
35.
Right? Of course you're going to be tired, Travis.
I'm not tired. I hurt, but I did everything right.
Tired and fatigued. 35 miles on your feet.
Yes. 35 miles this week?
In the month of May, it was the 7th yesterday, I have done 35 miles so far.
Yes.
Your body's tired.
You're going to be tired, Travis. What did you think?
I want to feel good. The exercise is supposed to. Usually, I don't wake up like that. Today was the day. Why does my chest hurt? I didn't do anything. I just walked.
I thought you were doing burpees.
No,
You quit the burpees?
I quit the burpees.
How do you quit the burpees, man? I thought we were on the same path. Come on.
No. I did it the first day, and I was okay. I did it the second day, and no.
Keep doing it. Come on.
How many burpees?
I'm up to 30.
I did 5 the 2 days. I'm like, I'm out.
30 a day?
I'm up to 30. I did 30 this morning. Yeah.
I'm good.
They're getting easier. That's why I checked Funchy's burpee technique. I checked Parker's burpee technique. Not for them. I want to see if I'm doing it right. You know? It is.
You do them. I saw you do. Yours are on point.
They just take a while to get up. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
takes a little bit.
We're not 16 anymore.
No, exactly. Yeah. That's why your body was hurting. Right there, you just answered your own question. Come on.
Fine.
Don't be surprised. What are you talking about?
The Celtics blew their second 20-point lead in as many games. Do you know how many 20-point leads they blew during the 82-game regular season?
How many? 0? 1? Okay.
1 in 82, and they're 2 for 2 in the second round of the playoffs.
Doesn't that underscore how intense and how the playoffs are different?
Do you know how many times an NBA team has lost 20-point leads in the playoffs in the same year?
How many?
This is the first time ever.
Really?
Ever.
Wow.
This is weird. This is that. Never mind back-to-back games.
Yeah.
At any point in a series to lose 20-point games. This is the first time ever.
Okay, so East basketball, Knicks versus Boston, not my fight, could care less. I hope it ends in a tie that lasts 3 days and wears you both the blank out.
Sure.
Could care less. So it seems to be awfully personal between those two teams. So not shocking that the Knicks just refuse to go away. And when is the last time the Knicks were actually relevant?
They're a weird team. They're always relevant, but you asked me the last time they've been good?
Like championship level relevant.
30 years.
It's been a while, right?
30 years.
So, I mean, and your next door neighbor, the Boston Celtics, have everything you want. I bet the Knicks believe they're actually basketball royalty too.
They kind of are, even though they're not very good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what they're going up against. So look, it's up to the Celtics. Like you said, you got to take that dagger, jam it in the eye, and hit him in the brain and knock him out. If not, the Knicks aren't going to go away. Their spirit animal, I like what they said about Draymond Green in Golden State, that he is their spirit animal. Their spirit animal in New York is Brunson.
Oh, yeah.
He really is. He embodies their we're not going anywhere mentality.
He's their best player, their toughest player, their emotional center, the guy that takes he's all of those things.
And so is Boston with Tatum.
Yeah.
He seems like the guy that would take his foot off the gas and give away a 20-point lead because he doesn't have killer instinct. That's completely unfair. What I just said is just what I think.
I agree with you, and there's no evidence to suggest that. He missed a shot last night or didn't get a shot off, but Jason Tatum plays every night.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum is the defending NBA, the best player on the defending
But he's
champs.
not menacing.
He's not menacing like Draymond is,
Right.
but he's a
Or
terrific and plays hard, plays every night. But is it a Duke thing that we just kind of go, nah?
I don't know. I mean, when you boil it down to basketball especially, it comes down to 1 or 2 guys per team. So when you say you give up 20-point leads, it's not the Celtics, it's him. That's what I'm saying. If this were the Lakers,
but when you're
it would be LeBron gave up 20-point leads.
Then you can discount that person.
Of course.
You know what I mean? That's stupid.
It's all stupid, but you hear what I'm saying, though.
I do,
Yeah.
but my point is, I guess this is one of the rare times where a team is down 0-2, lost both games on their home court, and I'm still fairly certain they're going to win that series.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You may have run out of chances.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, the odds are saying they're not. The math says that they're not. Vegas would say that they're not at this point, but they're clearly able to build these big leads. They're just one game they missed 800 threes. Last time they had a terrible final possession. It wasn't even a terrible final possession. They didn't get a shot off in their final possession after letting this lead go away. It's just be 1% better in either of those games and you're up 2-0.
I hope they blow a 40-point lead the next time out. I have, like, was it Greg that said it? And I agree. Next to my bed is a jar of tears from Boston.
I got some stats for you.
There you go. Yes.
Time leading the series, the Celtics, 81 minutes.
Good.
The Knicks, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Heartbreak City. I
Yeah.
hope it's worse next time out.
Funch, do you think that the Celtics are going to win that series?
There's no way. You're down 0-2. You lost.
I think last night their heart got ripped out.
Yes.
So I don't think they're coming out back.
You don't have home court advantage. It's basically even, or they have the
I
advantage.
just want to see those New York Knicks fans go crazy on social media.
You want to or you don't want to?
I don't.
Would you rather have Boston fans going crazy? I'd rather have the Knicks fans.
Oh, my God.
Yes. At least they deserve it.
The other side feels far more done to me. Indiana is up 2-0, won both times in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But Cleveland's missing a bunch of guys.
They're hurt.
They're hurt, and with the exception of Spider Mitchell, they don't have a ton of guys that have been through this a million times. Like they're relatively new in this end of the pool.
I think that's what everybody said about Cleveland.
But the Celtics aren't. The Celtics have, that Brown and Tatum and Holiday, and those guys have been through this a bunch. That's why I think they're still very much in it.
You cannot fire Missoula if this turns.
You're not going to fire
Yeah,
him.
what are you talking about?
No, I'm just thinking basketball. Like heads must roll. Can you really put this on him?
I think if Boston loses, they're going to break up the team. They're probably going to break up the team a little bit.
Why would you break it up?
Well, they're not going to break up the two big guys.
They could.
Nah.
They just paid Jaylen Brown, right?
Yeah.
So they're not. Tatum's the best player on the team. He's not going anywhere. The pieces around him may change.
Just Porzingis might go and stuff
Just
like
think
that. Yeah.
Bill Simmons, and if you blow this to the Knicks of all people, he's going to want to point this at somebody, and it's not going to be the players.
You don't. Well, I mean,
and we started the show talking about maybe you should take a time out there because it didn't work. So that's going to get louder coming from Boston.
No chance, no way.
I hope not.
I mean, maybe if they got sweat. I never
hope
even
not.
crossed my mind.
Yeah, this is the year of coaches getting barbecued for choices made. Look at Denver. You fire him right before the playoffs? Really? Basketball is in a weird spot with coaches right now. That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
No one's safe.
That's true.
Yeah. So if you blow this to the Knicks of all people, yeah. Some of that blowback is going on him.
That they're not just losing, but that they're blowing it is
Blowing
interesting
it
too.
Yeah. Not getting run off the floor. It's your game and you lost it.
Maybe we take a couple of twos at some point.
You're still selling the twos?
You know what? Honestly, I'll be honest.
You got a rotary phone back there?
No, it's not that.
Yeah.
It's bad TV, and I've discovered that I don't like basketball enough to watch that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like the way that baseball has changed over the last 10 or 12 years, I don't love it, but I love baseball, so I will watch the stupid shift and everybody trying to hit a home run and all that stuff that I don't like, but I love baseball, so I'll slug through it. I don't feel about basketball like that. When it's just a 3-point shooting contest, it's pretty easy for me to check out.
I saw this one thing once, and it was recent, and I should have saved it and sent it to you. It was somebody that was critiquing Kevin Garnett's game.
Okay.
And I didn't know he did it because basketball was different. Kevin would receive the ball from like outside or in 3-point range. and would step into 2-point range and take the long range two.
Oh, yeah. That's the whole thing now, right?
And hit it. But he would hit it. And the guy was like, why do you keep doing this? You're giving away the extra point. Never mind the fact that he never missed a shot. It was like you're giving away the three-pointer.
This is the second half of the sentence that never goes. Well, 3 is more than 2. I understand that.
Right.
You know what's better than 2? Or I'm sorry, I'm willing to. You know what is best?
Yeah.
2 is more than 0.
0. Thank you.
2 is more than none.
Right.
A missed 3 is a 0. But you don't get extra credit for missing a 3 if you can make a 2.
But I did understand his point for one reason. Like, why shoot a 2-pointer from there? It's the hardest 2-pointer in the game.
A 22-footer for 2 doesn't make a lot of sense when a 23-footer for 3. Let's take the 23-footer.
That was his point.
But if I can get into the paint and shoot a layup or kick it to the corner, shoot the damn layup.
Shoot the layup. Take the 2 and go play defense.
Bad TV. Nick Saban, college football overlord. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Funchy, you got to turn you down, bro. You just scared the bejeez out of me there, bro. I almost need some Highlands chafing relief after that. Matter of fact, I have a commercial right here. If you had to deal with chafing, if you ever had to deal with chafing, you are not alone. I always keep Highlands chafing relief on deck. This stuff has been a game changer for me. Today, I wore the sweatpants that have the crotch that have holes, and I didn't wear shorts underneath, and I put Highlands on, and guess what? No problem at all. This stuff, like I said, has been a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection still going strong right now. So if you've already got some chafing, you are not alone. Highlands Chafing Relief soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. So big fellas with big legs, listen up. So whether you're running, riding, hiking, or just dealing with the heat, Highlands Chafing Relief has your back and your thighs and your upper arms. You get it. If you run, you know what I'm talking about with the upper chest area. You shouldn't have to stop doing what you love just because of chafing. Trust me, grab Highlands Chafing Relief and feel the difference. Available today at Walmart and Target.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Because I watched Beyonce last year from, like, upstairs a little bit.
Yeah.
And you can't, like, do your dancing and stuff. 'Cause I like
Are you dancing there, too?
I do. I like doing dancing during shows. Like, I would have danced during the Renaissance.
Caucasian shuffle?
Exactly. That's
White man's over
White
back.
man's over back. Exactly. That's what I got going on.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
This PGA Tour moment is brought to you by True Green.
With 8 holes to play at the 1986 PGA Championship, Craig Norman, the world's #1 player, led Bob Tway by 4 shots. However, the lead quickly vanished. On 18, Tway's approach landed in the bunker, while Norman the edge of the green. Tway proceeded to hold his bunker shot for an incredible birdie and victory.
An incredible, unbelievable birdie 3.
True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Funches, you're ready to claim,
Yes.
to declare your new
Yes.
papal name?
Yes, Pope Cornelius the First. Cornelius.
That's pretty good.
That's your name?
That actually sounds
Cornelius.
oddly popey.
That's right. Does it sound powerful?
It
Wait a
does.
minute.
Yes.
Isn't that Planet of the Apes, though?
That's what I think of
Cornelius
too.
was the leader of the apes, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. All right. See? Cornelius. When I hear
Okay,
that.
so do you think of the Planet of the Apes? Because I hear the name Cornelius, I think of one thing, like off the top of my head.
Me too.
Corned
The
beef
cornflakes.
sandwich?
The cornflakes.
No.
What?
Don Cornelius.
Don Cornelius.
Yes.
So
Right?
Love
Train.
soul.
Yeah. Like when you said that, I thought that's where
Cornelius.
you
I
were.
didn't think
you were
about
going.
You know,
that,
that's
no.
a good
Yeah.
Pope name. You're right.
Yeah.
Cornelius the First.
By the way, Pope Don Cornelius.
Don, bro, that's your name right
Yeah.
there. I like that. There you go.
Maybe that should be my name.
That's a good name.
Yeah. Yeah. Jorge, what yours is Pope Urban the First?
Pope Urban the First.
Like it.
DeMarco, I'm Pope Keyshawn.
You're Pope Key? Okay. How about Pope Booty? Nope, can't do that.
There you go. Why not?
Feels like we'd have some explaining to
Pope
do.
Whale? No, that's not working.
No. I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm gonna have to work on it with you. So Nick Saban delivered the one of the commencement addresses, University of Alabama. He's there with President Trump, and they were kind of talking about a handful of different things, and this idea that Nick Saban should become the czar of college. Like, basically, college football does not have a leader.
He's the commissioner.
It is a headless organism that kind of just goes wherever it needs to go. The NIL stuff that you and I...
God, I want that, and I'm so scared of that at the same time.
Saban called for, quote, this is in a previous quote.
Mm-hmm.
This was last May. Rules that create some kind of competitive balance, which right now we don't have in college athletics. It's whoever wants to pay the most money, raise the most money, buy the most players is going to have the best opportunity to win. I don't think that's the spirit of college athletics.
Well, I mean, that's the way it's always been. It's just more above board now, because usually they say whoever recruits the best is going to have the best players, best athletes, but you know what that's about, right?
Sure.
Yeah, so now it's above board. I am so behind this because it is Nick Saban, and I'm so afraid of this because it's Nick Saban.
What part of it makes you afraid?
Because Nick Saban is a tough coach.
He is.
He's an unrelenting you-know-what.
Taskmaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the radio version
That's
of
the radio version.
He's a taskmaster.
And he's going to expect and demand the best out of you, and that's why you want to play for him. And the reason you don't want to play for him is he's going to demand and the best from you at all times. It's tough. It's hard. It's everything. So I love it and I hate it all at the same time. I would love it for us, the fans, because I think Nick Saban would kind of at least grab the reins and keep this from hitting the iceberg.
Yeah, I really like it. And I want to go back to the part where you don't like who is he asking to perform tasks that would make it hard? Like, who is the person that's like, dude, this guy's wearing me out? Who is the person that feels the brunt of his authority?
Well, I'm taking it all the way to the nth degree, and it's probably not this. This is just the way I think. He would affect your money some.
Whose money?
Player X.
Okay.
So player
The
X
players.
is going to sign. Yeah, player X is going to sign with Team Y for X amount, and Nick Saban goes, nope, too much.
Well, maybe it's not like he's a Caesar and he's just thumbs up and thumbs down individual, but he could be the person to sit down and come up with a set of rules. So it's just this either is following the rules or it's not following the rules. I'm not making up individual decisions based on any guy that's coming up, but because I like what he's saying, right? Right now, what we don't have in college athletics is whoever wants to pay the most money, raise the most money, buy the most players is going to have the best opportunity to win. You're right. That's always been true. But because it's above board, let's put some guardrails on this. And quite frankly, I know that Nick Saban's kind of looked at as Darth Vader. That was
Belichick until...
But Nick Saban's never really had scandal involved with his stuff. He's been pretty clean.
He's been the biggest player advocate there is.
That's why I think he might be he wants what's right for the players, but he also wants to put some sort of system in place that will make it function a little better.
That's why
we'll have some rules for coaches, for players, for
everyone.
NIL, for all of these things, that so we can have something that isn't quite as like
the
this
Wild
is the
West.
frontier, man.
Yeah, it'll make more sense with him. Like I said, I fully trust him, and I
do
trust
too.
Nick Saban to do the right thing. Just from a player perspective, and I'm happy the players are being paid. Don't get me wrong.
Me too.
But there's got to be some sort
Some
of
rules
and oversight.
Yeah.
And I would be comfortable with him.
Me too.
Being that oversight guy. I don't want to say the word.
Boss.
Yeah, I'd be comfortable with him being the commish. But it is going to mean that you're going to have to enforce those rules school by school, player by player. So at some point, he's going to say no to something. That's too much.
That's his job, though.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I love it, but I also hate it at the same time.
And again, I if you had said here are the new rules. Broad strokes. Here's your salary cap. Here's what you can do. Here's what you can't do.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, school X does something that's outside. Nope, that's not going to work. You get penalized. Whatever the penalty may be. We'll predetermine
and that's the
some
part
of the
that
penalties.
scares me about Saban, because I know he'll be heavy-handed.
But it's not up to his whim. We're going to set the rules.
Right. Yes, but punishment and punishment for breaking the rules are going to be what?
We will predetermine that as well.
That's what I'm
this
saying.
violation draws this penalty. That violation draws a different penalty.
I like where they're going, and I like the guy they
You need
chose.
a boss.
A commissioner.
Yeah.
A commissioner,
Yeah.
because it's basic. It's still amateur athletics, but it's basically pro ball.
Yeah.
So you should have some sort of commissioner, which means if you have a Nick Saban, what do you have to have after that? An advocate for the players.
I sure, and that's fine too.
And now you have professional sports.
Like you said, we already do.
Right.
We might not be calling it that, but we already do. And I trust, like he's in a weird spot because he is so successful, and he is, for lack of a better word, grumpy. A lot of the time, or at least he was when
He's
he was a
old
coach.
school, yeah.
But he is old. I believe his compass points in the right direction.
God, yes.
I believe what he wants is good for most people. I believe that his ideas are good for college football. Whether it's good for everybody, I don't know. But is it good for most? Is this better for everybody? I think he'd be a good person to kind of divine where that line is between, hey, this is okay. We got to modernize. We got to do these things, but this is stupid. We're not going to do that.
Totally agree. Andrew Luck being the GM of Stanford, perfect fit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Max Crosby going back to Eastern Michigan, perfect fit. Nick Saban being the commish of college football
feels right.
Perfect fit.
It really does.
Absolutely. Yes.
It really does.
Impeccable, impeachable, and tough.
And he's trustworthy. Like
for the most part, yeah.
For them, look, nobody's whistle clean.
Yeah.
He's about the best you could hope for. He has really never had a bunch of stuff where you're looking down your nose
Am I
like,
going to start
really?
a fire? I wouldn't want Urban Meyer doing it.
Oh, really?
I'm
you
just
think so?
I'm throwing out the
Who
other
is
side.
notoriously a scumbag.
Lou Holtz.
No.
I'm trying to think of another coach. Give me another one.
Pete Carroll.
Maybe Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll would be
Maybe
interesting.
Pete Carroll. Same thing. I'm sure there's something in
Dabo
there.
Swinney. No how, no way.
See? right.
Nope.
I don't think Dabo would do anything.
I think Dabo would do anything he needs to do to help Dabo.
Self-promote. You think he's a self-promoter? Oh, okay. I think Dabo is just, okay. I don't think self-promoter. I think he's got a set of rules, and that's the way he's going to live his life.
The rules that favor Dabo.
Well, the rules that favor what he believes, period.
That serve Dabo.
Whatever he believes, period. That's why I like Nick Saban. We're in agreement there.
I love Saban. Because Saban's a hard ass, and it feels like, look, Saban is a winner. He's competitive, all those things. But I believe Saban has a set of ethics that are true to him, that don't serve exclusively him. He believes this does this person well, and him well.
Yes.
Dabo's feels like they serve Dabo well.
Okay, I see where you're going, but Nick Saban's the dude that will argue the details, like arguing over an extra point when you're up 42 points.
Yes.
And you're about to win a national championship.
Totally agree. Do I want to have that guy as my best friend?
No.
Do I want him in charge of my company?
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
I do.
That's the guy.
I don't want that. What I don't want is a guy goes, it's no big deal. I don't need that guy at the top.
That play is super important, and I want it done right. I like that guy.
I think that he would be super interesting.
100. Yes, I think that's a good move.
And something needs to change. I love college football. I like watching it, but it's when guys are on a new team every year, I don't love that. I'm glad they get paid. I'm glad they get money. I'm glad that it's a weird deal. I want them to get everything that they can get, but I also don't like that everybody's on a new team every year.
Just be careful. He's going to be the one that tells you when some kid says they told me $4 million, they only gave me $1 million. Well, you're not worth $1 million.
Yeah, but
right
again, we're going to write some rules. We're not going to leave this up to anybody's mood.
But right to your face, yes.
But again, is there a contract signed? Then you don't get squat.
Anything.
But we're not going to let a player go there without a contract being signed.
It. Yes.
We're going to do both of these things.
Step in the right direction.
I have a question for you. I saw something yesterday that scared the living daylights out of me. I want to know if you would do it. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
It's a Sunday night showdown in British Columbia as LAFC go head up with the Whitecaps.
To Jeremy, top of the area, left-footed shot, and he found history!
The black and gold are unbeaten in 4 straight matches and come face-to-face with the top team in Major League Soccer.
What a statement it could be to, take down the top team in the West right now on the road.
Los Angeles Football Club battle the Vancouver Whitecaps. Coverage starts Sunday at 3:30 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Your next Subaru is waiting for you at Subaru of Glendale. Check this out. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Sports CVT for just $299 a month plus tax for 36 months. One at this payment. VIN S37-03172. MSRP $31,935. $33.99 due at signing. Call 888-855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net. On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 10,000 miles a year. Model code SRD-21.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking about this all the time, how my mom always took care of me, man. I remember when I was a kid, like a little kid, I'd forget my lunch. Mom would bring it over to the school. That way I wouldn't go starving the whole day. I mean, you never forget what mom does for you. Abuela too, tia, your wifey, who does all sorts of stuff for you. And I'm sure your sister probably did plenty for you too when you were growing up. So my mom did everything to make me happy. I'm returning the favor. I'm sending her happy flowers for Happy Mother's Day from the Books Company. Short for bouquets. We're hooking you up 25% off your order. All you got to do is use the promo code ESPN so you can send some happy flowers too. Bouquets aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and they last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a freaking volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go to Bouquets flower subscription so she gets her fresh blooms on repeat. Look, guys, you can't forget mom. Mother's Day is May 11th, so order your Bouquets now. Go to Bouquets.com. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouquets. Promo code ESPN.
The peace lily is so last year. Hey, has anyone worked with fiddlenecks?
Shelby's popular flower shop is in full bloom.
We just got a request for an arrangement that evokes air. Who's up for that challenge? No?
She needs to hire a floral designer to nip foliage faux pas in the bud.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Mother's Day is this Sunday. There's still time to show the incredible moms in your life how much you love and appreciate them with a thoughtful gift from Pro Flowers. Ordering takes just a few minutes, and Pro Flowers' large selection of modern arrangements at affordable prices are sure to make you look like a gift-giving pro. So visit proflowers.com/sports or use code SPORTS at checkout for $15 off your Mother's Day order. All Pro Flowers orders are backed by our 7-day freshness guarantee, so you can gift easy with Pro Flowers.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
You want to make friends? You buy a round for the bar.
Yeah.
Luca did that with parking. I thought that was fantastic.
Terrific.
Yes.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Okay, so I Saw this the other day, and now I'm all in on this. There's this guy on Instagram, DeMarco. The Instagram handle is called Sailing with Phoenix. Okay?
Sailing with Phoenix.
The man's name is Phoenix.
Yep.
And I'd forgotten the origin story of this.
Yeah.
Jorge, you've seen it. He was a guy that worked in a tire store.
Correct.
And just was kind of done with the 9 to 5
there he is.
and just I'm over it. And basically said, I'm quitting my job and I'm taking my boat and I'm sailing from Oregon to Hawaii by
All right.
myself. Well, by himself and his cat.
Okay.
Okay. And
Cool.
and he's chronicling his trip across the ocean, by himself.
He looks like Parker. Yeah.
He does look a little bit like
Yeah,
Parker.
he does.
You're right.
Yeah.
And he posted a video the other day of this trip, and the ocean was rocking.
Oh, boy.
It was tossing this boat all over the place, and you could tell.
Does he know what he's doing?
Ish, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
But he owns a boat. He owns a boat.
Yes, he's not a total novice, but it's also he's out there by himself, right?
Wow.
And the boat, the rudder broke or got stuck or something. The boat was in this weird turn that he couldn't turn it out of, and it was getting just knocked all over the place. He's doing all these videos from the boat, and you can tell he's really frightened.
He's getting scared.
And this is day 6.
Yeah. And so he's saying, look, this is a really rough day. We got 2 more days of this stuff going on. And it is fascinating.
How
to watch.
long's the trip going to be?
A few weeks.
Okay.
And
It says day 37? That can't be him, right?
No,
He just started.
Yeah, I think he's only on day like 7 or 8.
I totally feel him, though. Sometimes,
Really?
don't you just want to unplug and try? You laughed at me. I told you I met some dudes that do the ultra marathons. They run through the desert.
Yeah.
And I would love to test myself through that. Just get away from all the crazy stuff,
What's
all
an
the
ultra
phones.
marathon?
Like
you
100
run through
miles
the
through
desert
the
for
desert.
100 miles.
Yeah.
Something stupid and crazy. That David Goggins guy,
Yeah.
he does those things by himself when people have teams.
Let me ask you this.
He's nuts, yeah.
And I'm not saying that ultra marathons aren't dangerous. They are. But crossing the ocean alone.
Yeah.
There is a real chance that something terrible could happen.
Well, same running in the desert and
Yeah.
you run out of water. You'd
be
get
willing
off
to
course.
risk your life to try something like that?
Yeah.
Because death is a possibility for all of us at all
Yeah.
times. I understand that. You get in a car, any one of us could drop dead right now. I understand that. But then there's increasing the odds beyond it just could happen to anybody too. Hey, it's not maybe likely, but it's entered the room.
But just imagine if you did, and I'm assuming I haven't heard about Sailing with Phoenix, but
Yeah.
I'm interested. I'm glad you turned me on to this.
Yeah, it's
why he did it.
wild.
But you do things in your life every day to insulate yourself from
Danger.
dying or death in danger, right?
yeah.
And then you get trapped by them.
Yeah.
And you want to put yourself back in the elements to say it's just me, whatever I'm doing,
Yeah.
and God, and let's go for it.
Yeah.
I feel him on that.
Yeah.
Now, would I try it? No.
That's the thing. Like it's an idea. You're exactly right. Like, hey, would you like to chuck it all and say, I'm just gonna, I don't give a damn anymore. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go do this thing. We all have that moment, right? But then there's the, okay, go ahead, and oh, by the way, you might die.
Yeah.
And that's when it's like, yeah, I guess I'll just go back to work.
Right.
I guess I'll just go back to the tire store. I'll look for another job. And this dude's taking a shot.
Good luck, man. I mean, I hope it works. You see this with people climbing Everest, and the shot at the top when they're so happy and they've done it. That's it. That's why they do it. But now you got to get back down.
See,
Same thing.
I have a friend who she travels everywhere, right? She goes just everywhere. Like the last time I heard from her, it's just like your buddy Steak.
Yeah.
She would hit me up, be like, "Hey, dude, can you spot me, sell me $20, $30, because I got to catch the ferry from here to wherever I'm going." How she makes a living and how she does this, it's just I don't understand.
Completely
So
off
she
grid.
doesn't have a job. She doesn't have a job or anything.
No, like I
Nope.
mean, she'll do like photography here and there, but nothing like too crazy. But it's just like, okay, you're here, you're there, you're everywhere, but she's
living life, man.
Yeah. But so this guy in the one of these videos, you could tell he was really frightened.
Like regretting, maybe?
No, and
Yeah.
that's what was so interesting.
Ah.
There wasn't a ton of regret, and he's saying, and then the next day, there's another video where he's saying, that was the worst. He said, "It's the scariest moment of my life. I've never been as frightened as I was there." And then he went on to explain, "I understand what I'm doing. I understand the risks that I'm taking.
Yeah.
I did not go into this without understanding it." And it was fascinating to watch because it was a combination of, I could never, ever do that, which I could never do it. But I understand kind of where he is
Totally
and his
respect
willingness to go do it.
Yes.
And then I keep flashing back on him with that boat just getting
Scary.
tossed.
I've known two guys. One guy was named Aaron Pierce. Went to college with him. 3rd round pick of the Giants. Played tight end. Made enough money. Bought a boat, and we never saw him again. He took off, and he's sailing the world.
Oh no, I thought you meant he disappeared.
He's just sailing the
But
world.
he pops up occasionally.
In different parts of the world, you get a postcard for people who are close to him.
Okay.
But he told us in school he's only doing this to make enough money to buy the boat.
Yeah.
Played for the Giants. He was just under, like a Tyler Higbee, just under a Pro Bowler.
Okay.
Got to a second deal, made enough money, bought the boat, never saw him again. There was the other basketball player, Bison Dele.
Yeah,
Brian Williams.
Who disappeared, but that he met a bad end.
It sounds like his brother might
His
have
brother
done
might
it
have.
in.
But same
Yeah.
thing. Made enough. I'm going to travel the world. I totally feel that. If if I didn't have offspring, I would.
Would you really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
What would you do though? Just travel like
Everything.
boat?
I would backpack through every
but
part of the world that I could.
I get that. Like you got wanderlust and you want to go climb the mountain,
Yeah.
cross the river. I get that. But would you do stuff where death became a real possibility?
To go see it, yes. If
Yeah.
I had to travel to go see this certain thing that no one's ever seen,
Yeah.
absolutely
You
I would
would.
do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But the only thing that stops me is I have children.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
So do I. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like my DNA is different than that. Like
Yeah.
I even hey, there's a thing over there that not a lot of people do. It's beautiful or extraordinary. It'll change your life and all those things. But you crossing that thing, there's a realistic chance you're not coming back from
I mean,
that.
I'm not going to do
would
something
not
I
do
can't
that.
do.
Say
Like,
sail.
Huh?
Go ahead. No,
I'm not going to do something like swim the English Channel.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I'll die out there. But
Yeah.
I mean, walking, I can do that. We
Yeah.
walk all the time.
Yeah.
I told you I wanted to walk that long trail on the East Coast. What was that thing?
Appalachian Trail.
I would love to do that.
You could die on that, but you're probably not going to die on that.
But there's a
like
chance.
sailing a boat across the ocean.
sure.
It's like,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Same, right? Yeah.
Would
okay.
you do it?
No, I was gonna say I would do something that I'm in control, like driving, something
Yeah.
I do every day.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. Sailing, like just driving, buying a boat and leaving. Heck no.
That's what I said.
No.
Does he know? Does he know how to? He
Yes.
owns a boat.
He
Wait a minute.
He knows. Look, he
Right.
fixed the boat in
Yeah.
the middle of the ocean in high. Like he knows what he's doing, but it's also not what he does.
That's right. That's nuts. Yeah.
Funch,
that's-
would you do it?
Hell no.
Yeah. And not even necessarily this,
No.
but would you take something that
No.
puts your life?
I mean, I
genuinely at
wouldn't.
risk?
I mean, I wouldn't even like skydive or anything.
Oh.
Yeah. You would
Chris
skydive?
Long lived homeless for a week.
Yeah, I remember that.
He went undercover and
Yeah.
lived for a week, and it was legit.
Okay, that is legit. And
yeah.
but I guess what the distinction I would make there is, if you decide you're going to go live on the streets for a week, and just because you want to experience it and know what that's like, at any point you can eject and you're safe.
Yeah.
Just walk home, right?
True.
If you're in the middle of the ocean, it goes bad. There is no way out.
There's no way out of this.
This is it. Like these other things that we're talking about, there are ways out. Like
Yeah.
the Appalachian Trail. I know there are parts that are remote.
Flair, come get me. Well, I guess the ocean, but yeah.
But he's in the middle of the damn ocean.
Yeah. That's a choice, man. I mean, I'm
wild.
going to follow this. Thank you. And
It's-
Chris did have security. He just didn't know it.
It's wild,
Yes.
DeMarco. And the guy's got his cat with him, which is crazy.
Oh, I feel bad for the cat.
Poor cat.
Oh, come on,
The
man.
cat's got. Okay, let me ask you this.
Cat guy, that's why I got cat.
Does the cat even know what's going on?
Heck
No,
no.
he's just happy to be with his owner.
Why
Yeah,
did you bring me out
Yeah,
here?
the cat's in the cabin of the boat drinking
Yeah, but I
its
mean,
food. or
but I
eating
mean,
its
like,
food.
when it's flipping around, then the cat's like, "What'd
There's
you
one
bring
where
here?"
the boat's getting tossed all over the place. Cat's sound asleep on the floor.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the guy would come back for the cat, right? If the boat was going down.
Yeah, I would think.
The guy would go back and get the cat. The cat would leave you in a heartbeat.
Cat would eat you.
You would.
Like a pie.
You would. He would.
if
Right,
Phoenix
Travis.
sailing with Phoenix, like let's say
Yeah.
the perfectly calm seas, perfectly stable craft.
Yeah.
And it just this guy had a brain aneurysm and
Dropped
dropped
dead.
dead.
Yeah.
Okay. A cat's eating him.
Okay, and vice
But
versa.
with love. He'll
Yeah.
eat it with love.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Just saying.
Add a little salt.
There you go. Right. There you go.
At some point,
I got
it's
some
just-
ketchup back
At some
there.
point, it's just meat. Right?
Right.
It's like, hey, man,
No
I
doubt.
I'm sorry,
Right.
but I got to eat a little
You
something.
dang right. Yes, sir.
All right, it's on Saturday. It's going to finally happen. Me, Cappy Morales, we're calling Metro Little League live from the Lake Center Athletic Park in Santa Fe Springs. The first pitch is at noon. That is this Saturday, May 10th. Classic Little League on our YouTube channel, ESPN LA style. So make sure you're checking us out Saturday at noon. Me, Cappy, and Morales calling a little Little League baseball. The Dump is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Sellers Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $20,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Sellers Advantage.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Are you ready for the NFL season? The schedule release is coming, and we know the best place to get your tickets this year. My friends at Vivid Seats. They're seriously legit, and you earn rewards on every purchase. That's basically free football games. When that schedule hits, don't wait around. For the best selection and all the great deals, head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in your game days now.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
Rid of.
What do you mean?
The dump.
Oh,
yeah. What are we dumping?
Yes. I should have known. I got to blame myself. It's entirely my fault. DeMarco, look at my face. I'm sorry.
There you go.
I should have done better. That's bad on me. Today is National Have a Coke Day. Coca-Cola was sold for the first time in 1886 in Jacob's Pharmacy in Atlanta, Georgia.
Jacob's Pharmacy? That's where Coke was first
served.
as medicine?
It was. You didn't know it was medicine before it became a soda.
Yeah.
I thought it had real Coke in it.
Yes,
It did.
because it was medicine.
It did.
That was the medicine? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Heroin used to be used as a medicine too. Like
Okay.
for real. Yeah.
I mean, I assume like the first Coke that was sold wasn't sold in a bottle.
No, it was like a fountain. Like
fountain.
You'd get the
cup.
the syrup, and
Oh.
then you'd put the bubble water,
yeah.
the soda in it, and
Yeah.
mix it up. There's still one place I saw a video of this the other day that still serves it
I
like
think
that.
I think it's like somewhere in Pasadena. No?
Yeah, where they have like the syrup into the
Yeah.
glass, and then they pull the soda, the tap, and then mix it up together.
Ah, okay. What as a remedy for what?
Whatever ails you.
Whatever ails you?
Whatever ails you back in the day.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
see. All right, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Do you guys know about the Coke formula? That's like it's in a secret vault.
Yes.
Almost. Yes.
the
I didn't
real
know-
Coke formula
Yes.
is in a vault.
The Coca-Cola formula to make Coca-Cola,
Coca-Cola.
is
Is
one
in
of
a
the
secret vault.
Is one of the best kept secrets in history.
like Fort Knox type of vault.
And apparently there's only one or two people at any time that actually know the entire recipe.
Really?
Yeah.
You couldn't deconstruct Coca-Cola by now?
Did you ever taste anything that tastes like exactly
No,
like Coca-Cola?
Not at all. You're
Nope.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I wonder what they're putting in it.
There's close,
Yeah.
right? There's
RC Cola.
RC Cola.
Wait. Yeah.
Pepsi, RC, all that
You
stuff.
guys know what the RC stands for in RC Cola?
Royal Cola.
No, Royal Crown.
Royal Crown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I did know that. Okay.
I thought I was braced for another dad joke right there.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's not remote control.
Yeah. 1886. Okay.
Wow.
Is it the best known brand in the world? Like, is there any place where you could see that curvy line and that font that people wouldn't say, oh, that's Coke?
The only other one that comes to mind is McDonald's.
Good one.
Where you instantly know what it is.
Can I throw one more in there?
Uh-huh.
The Nike swoosh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What about Apple?
Great.
What about Apple?
Oh, yeah. Now just
The apple with a bite out of
with a
it.
bite
You know
out
what it is.
Apple's pretty good.
Yeah.
Apple's. I still think it's probably Coca-Cola because even in places where like technology, there's Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Underdeveloped, there's Coca-Cola.
Yeah, third world countries everywhere that have Coca-Cola like signs everywhere.
Swoosh. Yeah. No doubt.
Nothing
Good
like
one.
the Mexican Coke, the glass bottle, though.
Oh my God, that's the best one. And no,
Big
stop
dog.
it.
Okay.
Stop it.
Help me out. What's different?
It's real sugar in there.
It's just real
Yeah,
sugar
it's not
in
corn
it.
syrup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it tastes the same?
Nah.
No.
Slightly better?
different.
It's just a little bit. And I don't know if it's because of the real sugar or the fact that it comes in a glass bottle.
Or the fact that you tell me it tastes better.
Could be that, too.
Okay.
Costco sells that too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They sell the
whole
big
flat.
I know.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. Dangerous.
I'm down to my last couple of bottles.
How do I know it's really from Mexico?
Hecho en Mexico.
Are you just telling me it's
It
from
says
Mexico?
right there on the box.
Because it's on the bottle?
Mexico.
Okay.
Hecho en Mexico.
And then it says no retornable, non-returnable. Because in Mexico, when you buy a bottle of soda, whatever, you return it so they can recycle it. So then they deliver the fresh ones. They take out the empty ones.
Okay.
So it says non-returnable. Like we don't recycle this one. Like they won't take this one back in the store.
So if I can't recycle
in Mexico, it's
in
the
okay.
bottle. So that's how you know. That's how you know
Got
it's a
it.
Mexican bottle because it says no retornable.
Okay.
On there, yeah.
All right. I'm
Oh,
really
my
just
Coke.
taking your word for
The
it.
best Coke, other than the Mexican glass bottle Coke, is the one you get at McDonald's. Just
Oh, my
for
God,
sure.
yes. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
So Mexican Coke with tacos or any.
Yeah.
Oh my
Right.
God.
And they
Yeah.
put it right there next to the register. Every time you leave, that just, give me two of them.
Today in 1976, the first steel roller coaster with a vertical flip opens at Six Flags Magic Mountain Theme Park.
Wow.
Remember the name
Here?
of it? It's still running. You can
Colossus?
still get on it. No,
Colossus?
not Colossus. Does not have the flip.
Colossus was a
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
What? Not Tidal Wave.
The Revolution.
The
That's right, I was gonna say Revolution. I was gonna say Revolution.
The Revolution. It was the first one that had the full 360-degree loop-de-loop. Yeah.
You guys called it the Revolution. It was called the Tidal Wave up at Great America.
Okay.
Same ride, right?
Yeah,
double loop?
Just one on the Revolution.
Oh, just one? Okay, we
Just
had double.
one.
So double loop, and then you go up and then backwards.
It's the one that the Griswolds go in on the original vacation when
yes.
he pulls the gun on John Candy.
Oh, yes.
The BB gun.
What was the year?
76.
76. Yeah,
Hence,
that's about right.
The Revolution.
Yes, that's about right.
That all fits together. It was today. Oh, my goodness, DeMarco, you ready?
Yeah.
It's today in 1984 that Happy Days Chachi proposes to Joni and she accepted. At the wedding, Richie and Lori Beth arrived just in time to watch Joni and
Lori
Chachi
Beth.
tie the knot while Fonzie served as Chachi's best man.
Unbelievable. I used to watch that show religiously. Loved
Happy
it.
Days?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who didn't watch? I thought everybody watched Happy Days.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone in this country watched Happy Days all at the same time.
I did.
Everyone did, right?
Well, it was a show on regular TV when we were kids.
Right. It
Yeah.
was on TV. I thought everyone watched. And when I went to school, everybody was talking about Happy
yeah.
Days. Okay, thank you.
Well, keep in mind, there's only 3 channels then.
Yeah.
Right? ABC, CBS, and NBC. So at any given time, there were only 3 things to pick from. So even if you were in last place, you're still getting like 20%
You're
of
still
the
watching.
audience.
I had T-shirts. I had a Fonz T-shirt.
with the thumb up.
Yes,
thumbs up.
with the thumbs on the bike, on the motorcycle.
motorcycle.
On the motorcycle. And I had Up Your Nose with a Rubber Hose. And it was John Travolta doing Vinnie Barbarino.
Yeah.
Yes.
From Welcome Back, Kotter.
Yes, that
Yeah.
was my summer clothes. Yes, that was it right there. Right.
Why was everybody afraid of the Fonz? The Fonz is 5'3".
Because the Vons had a leather jacket and rode a
I
motorcycle.
know, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like, so just get a leather jacket and a cool haircut,
Yes,
and
don't go to
you're
school.
the toughest
He
guy.
also jumped the shark too.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was also hanging around at high school a lot for a grown
I
man.
know, that's what I was gonna say.
Little bit,
Yeah,
little bit.
that's like, come on,
Little
man.
bit.
Why are you hanging like Chachi or not Chachi? Richie was like 15 and you're like 30.
Was the rumor that Fonz and Mrs. Cunningham like the true a true rumor?
Stop, Funch. Come on, man. You're ruining my
that's like
childhood.
Greg Brady asked Mrs. Brady out on a
taking off
date
my head.
when they were all doing it together.
Not listening to this at all. Yes.
Today, also in TV history, 1987, the series finale of Webster, starring Emmanuel Lewis, aired today in 1987. Debuted in 83, a total of 150 episodes over 6 seasons.
What was his name?
The dad?
Nope. Different Strokes.
Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman's. This was kind of like the bootleg Gary Coleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the second version of Gary Coleman coming through.
Yeah, when you think about it, that's kind of a weird phenomenon that we had 2 of those shows where the rich family adopts a kid.
Yes.
The rich white family adopts a very diminutive,
Wasn't Webster's
black kid.
dad like a tight end or something?
He was a real
Something
NFL
like
football.
that.
Alex Karras. It was
Yes,
Alex Karras.
it was Alex
the dad.
Karras. Yes, it
Alex
was.
Karras was the dad, and the wife in the show was his actual real wife.
Oh, it was?
They were married in real life.
Really? Yeah.
I forget. She was
Way
a
to
famous
go, Alex
person in her
Karras.
own right.
Yes, I know, crazy.
And he called her ma'am. That's
Did he
the only
really?
thing- Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No,
Yes.
Webster called her ma'am.
Oh,
not,
Webster
not
called
Alex
him.
Karras.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Remember Webster would be like Michael Jackson would carry him around and stuff.
That was weird.
Yeah.
That was
weird,
kind of
too.
strange. Yes.
Mace, were you a Webster fan as a younger
You
person?
had to be there.
And I went to a Webster convention recently. All the fans got back
Webster,
together.
You're kidding
you
me.
were writing
Stop
Webster
it,
fanfic?
Mason.
Yes. The Websterverse. Very, very big.
Yes.
All of the Webster
The
characters.
Websterverse. Yeah,
Oh, my God.
You never know what's going to be said.
You
in here,
never
do you?
know. One more piece of TV history on this date. 1988, the series finale of Magnum P.I.
Oh,
Ran
my God.
8
Oh,
seasons, consistently in the top 20 during the first 5 years. So was Robin Masters was the guy we never saw.
Right.
But
Robin
what was
won.
the guy that was, not the butler, but the guy that was.
John
Higgins.
Hillerman. Higgins.
Higgins.
Yeah.
Was Higgins the boss? And he was just playing they never made
He was
it
kind of the point
explicitly
man.
clear.
He was kind of the point man.
But at the end, they kind of hinted that Higgins was Robin Masters.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh,
unless
I
I
gave up before
misremember.
that.
You
Go
got
back
me on
and
that.
watch. All
But-
Tom Selleck did was yell at people through that entire series.
By
That's
the way,
all he
you
did.
know he was number 1 Thursday nights, 8 o'clock for a few years, and all of a sudden they put on Cosby Thursday nights, 8 o'clock, wiped it out.
Wiped it out. No
Yeah,
way.
wiped it out.
Okay.
You know why they always had the top off on the Ferrari?
Too tall?
Tom Selleck's too tall
that
to
right?
close, to close
Yeah.
the roof.
You know you can still see the car at Universal Studios.
The actual Ferrari?
Yes, to this day.
Does it still look pretty good?
It
It
looks
does.
great.
So popular, they had a wrestler named after him.
That's
Magnum
right,
TA.
T.I.
Oh,
Yeah.
So popular.
What was the TA?
Terry Allen. But
Oh,
he was
okay.
Magnum. Looked just like him except blonde hair.
Couple of birthdays today. Ronnie Lott turns 66.
Hey.
Alex
Cut
Van
your finger
Halen turns 72. And Philip Bailey turns 74.
Philip Bailey.
Yes.
Easy lover.
Have I told you my
Easy
Philip
lover.
Bailey story?
No, I've never heard your Philip
Would you like to hear
Bailey
it?
story.
Yes.
Yes, please.
So, first grade, Castle Heights Elementary School over on the west side of town.
Right.
And I walk to school and go into class, and I make a friend. And I ask my mom, hey, can I bring my friend home? Yeah, go ahead. So I bring my friend home, and his name was Sir Bailey. Okay?
Sir?
Sir, like, yes,
Okay.
sir.
Sir.
And so, oh, nice to meet you. So this, and then Sir's father comes to pick him up after school, Philip Bailey.
No
Wow.
way.
And my mom's like, that's Philip Bailey from Earth, Wind, and Fire.
no, it's crazy.
Yeah. And I had I'm like, yeah, that's Sir's dad. I
Oh my
don't who's
God.
Philip Bailey? What is, yeah.
I would have.
I always hear
instantly
stories
watched
about
the
people
duet.
who are like
Yes.
parents, and they're at a school where there are other parents who are famous,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, there's Charlize and the kids.
Yeah.
Charlize and the
it's-
kids.
It's like
Wow.
it's crazy to think that you're doing that.
Okay,
Yeah, but Philip
Bailey
Bailey
swung through the house to
Nice.
pick up his
What's
son.
Sir up to now?
I don't know. Key knows him. Yeah.
Oh, does Key know him?
because I told that story to Key one point. He goes, "Oh, I see him around all the time." I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since second grade.
Pope
when
Keyshawn.
Yeah, what do you
Pope
think?
Key.
I like it.
Do you have
I
a
like
papal name
I
that you'd
do.
like to choose?
I do.
We're going to do it next.
Cool.
Super Crosstalk right around the corner.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland. Next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Like, verve is like a big word now. You know what else is? This game is drunk. They said it multiple times during the Kings game. Who started
They
this
stole
game as
that
drunk?
from me.
You started this
I've
game
been
as
saying
drunk?
that for years.
Have you really?
Yeah.
You know the thing.
You were the originator of This Game is Drunk?
And you know what else? You know what else?
What?
I invented the internet.
Oh!
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason in Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey everybody, it's Cap, and I want to talk to you for just a minute about Prize Picks, my absolute favorite app. Download the Prize Picks app, use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus. You've heard that before, but let's talk about this. Now that the basketball season is over and we're into the postseason, do you want to go VIP style to the championship? Would you like to do that? I'm sure you would. Basketball's championship series is not that far away. Every lineup you make on Prize Picks will enter you in the Takes Two ticket sweepstakes. It's on right now on the Prize Picks app. And this could get you and a +1. So you and your guest are going VIP style to the ship, okay? The ship, as in the championship. Download the Prize Picks app. Use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus. Prize Picks, run your game.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Whoa. So neither of you get to cash your Pope ticket.
No, I had the Italian.
You both
I
gave up
had
short.
the Asian dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
a guy from the Philippines.
The
They
American,
were the two favorites.
They were.
Yeah.
Robert Francis Prevost is now Pope Leo the 14th.
Yes, an American
He
Pope,
went with
first
Leo.
ever.
Yes, Pope Leo the 14th.
Yes.
What would your papal name be?
Okay, so
Mace?
I went through the history of the popes yesterday.
Okay.
And there's one name that jumped out at me that is my favorite. It was an actual pope.
Okay.
Pope Hilarious. Hilarious. Pope Hilarious.
Does it mean something in Latin?
It must, but I'd be Pope Hilarious II, which I think is a great papal name.
That's pretty good, John. Have you considered what your Pope name would be?
Well, if your name is John, you want anything but John.
Yeah.
You know, because
And they've had so many Johns.
popes are named John.
Yeah.
I told the story that my niece dates a guy named Rowdy who is super quiet.
Pope Rowdy.
Yeah. So
Pope Rowdy's a good name.
I thought, it's completely antipical. Is that the word? What's the word? Atypical.
Yeah.
Yes.
That he's like quiet, doesn't say much.
Yeah.
And I go, your name is Rowdy?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the new Pope is from Chicago.
Correct.
Okay. We've all been to Chicago. I'm sure we all know many, many people from Chicago.
Yeah.
The vast majority of men that I've met from Chicago are very rabid sports fans.
Yes,
Right.
and he is too.
Okay, so safe to assume that the new Pope has been hammered in the Wrigley Field bleachers.
Well, or that, or you're either a White Sox fan or a Cubs fan.
Apparently he's a Cubs
He's
fan.
a Cubs fan who grew up on the south side.
Yeah, so he's got a mix.
That's weird.
That's
Yeah, it
the
is weird.
wrong team or the wrong part of town,
wrong part
right?
of town, right.
But that's bizarre to me that the Pope would have been like, I don't know where I thought
Well,
popes come from,
I
but
think-
not the bleachers at Wrigley
I
Field.
think Francis was like a crazy soccer fan. I think he watched soccer like in the middle of the night.
That's so surreal to me.
Oh, it is. They have lives, I
like
guess.
he has takes on Mike Ditka.
Oh, yeah.
The Pope
I really
does.
want to know. I really want to know.
That's
Yeah.
not weird to you guys? That the Pope has like deep sports thoughts that we've discussed?
Well, it's interesting that he's American.
Yeah.
We've never had that.
No.
I mean, a Cubs fan from the south side of Chicago. I'll tell you, I think, though, popes have lives, right?
Apparently.
They live in their big hats and their big robes and all that
Wait,
stuff. And then at the end of the day,
they have lives, but they're not allowed to have wives, right?
Well,
Correct.
no.
But a lot of people don't have wives.
yeah, a lot of
But
people
they
don't
have wives, if you know what I mean.
They have active lives.
They don't have that
Yeah.
part of
Yeah,
it, but
no.
they're watching ball games and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't. He comes out in all of his garb and he
Yep.
looks like the Pope, but they showed a picture of him before he was Pope and he looked like a Cubs fan.
And I say, give the speeches in English. I mean, who
Well,
really
he's-
understands Latin?
Okay, I'm assuming he's multilingual in a variety
Well,
of
he
ways.
definitely speaks Latin because he
Okay.
did his whole papal thing in Latin.
Does anybody speak? You just have to read
Dead
it, right?
language is what I hear.
Yes,
Dead language.
like Sanskrit.
You know, it's weird. This is way before me, but the Catholic Church used to have masses all in Latin. And the priests would not face you. They would have their back
Like the
to
altar?
you. Yeah, they would have like the cross.
Yeah.
They would have their back to you, so you wouldn't actually see them, and they'd be speaking Latin. That's and then there was some sort of reform. Maybe one
Like,
of them.
we'll-
one of them popes said, "Hey, turn around."
We should do this in a language that people speak.
Hey, let's do it in English, and let's turn people around so you look at them. It's a good rule.
Have you guys ever seen a basketball team like the Knicks that seem, for lack of a better term, more comfortable if they're behind in the fourth quarter? It almost seems like they plan on it.
Yeah.
It's surreal. Twice in a row, the
20
defending
points,
NBA champions have blown 20-point leads.
Yep.
Two games in a row because the Knicks seem to go, oh, okay, we're down 20. Celtics are going to get tight. Let's go. Let's take the game.
I don't know if I could tell you, like, I remember this team or that team, but there are some teams that are comfortable playing from behind.
Right.
That even if it's like in a baseball game, 6th, 7th inning, they're down
Dodgers
by a couple
have
of runs.
lots of come from
Dodgers have
behind
a ton
wins
of
this year,
come
yeah.
from behind wins like that. Do you think that series is over?
I don't.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I think I'd
and
still pick the
definitely,
Celtics.
I definitely don't think that Cleveland's dead.
That one feels more dead to me than the other one.
Well, the only way they'll
'Cause they're missing
obviously
guys.
if they lose game 3, but if
Yeah.
they don't get their guys back, they would be dead. But if they get Mobley and Garland and Hunter back, I think they come back and win that series.
I have more faith in the Celtics simply because of all the Celtics players that have been through
They've been
all
there.
of those huge
They've
moments.
been
The
there.
Celtics have fewer, or the Cavs have fewer of
And
those
they've
guys.
only missed 75 threes in the series so far.
Do I just need to turn the page on getting over the fact that
Yes.
the NBA is the way that
This
it
is
is?
what it is.
It's stupid, though.
It
I mean,
is
if
what
your
it
threes
is.
aren't going in, you should drive the ball to the basket,
so I
and
wanted
the
to ask-
Lakers wouldn't
and
do
not
it.
I
only
wanted
is
to
it
ask you about
stupid.
this, Ireland. We always say shooters keep shooting.
Yeah.
Now, this has been Boston's game all year long. They win and they lose and win by the three-point shot. They've taken, on average, over 53s a game. Do you think when shots aren't falling, you change your game, or do shooters keep shooting?
I think that if, like the other night, Jaylen Brown was 0 for 11 from 3.
Right.
If me, personally, if I'm 0 for 11 from 3, I'm taking the ball to the basket.
Right.
I got to see the ball go in.
Sure.
And I'm going to get to the free throw line. I'm going to do whatever I can. I think the Lakers fell in love with the threes against Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Celtics have fallen in love with the three because they won the title last year. They say the hardest thing in sports is to change your game plan in the middle of a game when the game plan is what got you there.
Right.
But
Sometimes
to me,
the information's right in your face, though. We're not making any baskets.
There is no rule that says you can't drive the ball to the basket and lay it in. I don't know why more teams don't do it.
The Lakers, I felt, were guilty of this a ton. The Celtics have done it a ton. It's not only that they're foregoing twos, it feels like they're foregoing easy twos.
Yeah.
They're in deep in the paint. They're near the basket, and you're throwing the ball out to the wing or to the corner to take a mildly or severely contested three. I get the whole 3 is more than 2.
Yes.
2 is more than 0.
Correct.
And that's the part.
Everybody seems to forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other part, too, never mind the math and the sabermetrics of it all, it's bad TV.
Right.
Yeah,
it's
watch.
really bad TV. It's just a really hard watch to watch guys launch 3 after 3 after 3 after 3 with no variety at all.
And I've never seen a playoff series. It probably has never happened where the first 6 games of the second round all were won by the road team.
Yeah.
First time ever.
Yeah,
Is it the first time ever? Yeah.
That's just insane. And I knew Oklahoma City was going to draw. Matter of fact, I think Oklahoma City might win that series in 5. I think they were so mad that they blew that first game.
I was super smart. I said Boston would win the series in 5 yesterday. I thought the Celtics.
Well,
I thought the Celtics were going to win.
Did you see Paul Pierce came out and said that if they lost, he would walk to work with no shoes, and it's like 15 miles. I'm sure he won't do it. But,
right.
But, I mean, that's how surprised everybody was. There was no way any rational person could think Boston would blow 2 20-point leads over a 2-game stretch. It just makes no sense.
I got one for you guys. Go to the Dodgers for a second. DeMarco and I were kicking this around. When Walker Buehler came back last year from his second Tommy John surgery, he really struggled.
He did.
Right? And it took him almost an entire season to kind of find his groove again.
Basically to the playoffs where he finally figured it out.
Right. And you go back to the season before that. So you go to the end of the 23 season and remember that, hey, maybe Walker Buehler will be back to kind of bolster the bullpen. And so it didn't happen. Then he got delayed in spring training.
Yep.
Then he didn't start the regular season. So everything got slid back a little bit. And then eventually they put him out there. He really struggled to the point where they sent him away to try to figure it out. Figures it out just in the nick of time, and he's great in the playoffs. The same sort of timeline with Ohtani is almost exactly in order.
Yeah.
They were thinking maybe not at the playoffs last year. Didn't work.
Second Tommy John.
Go to spring training, not ready to pitch coming out of the gate.
Yep.
Gets pushed back a little bit. Assuming he's physically capable of pitching now, would they not be better served to get a look at him sooner than later in the event that he is rusty? I've heard Oral say this 100 times, that Walker Buehler needed to learn how to pitch all over again, to pitch differently this time through. Now, maybe Ohtani's the 1 in a million that he's just going to show up and blow doors. But wouldn't you want to see him sooner than later?
You know, after his first Tommy John, he scuffled for 3 starts, got blown up 3 starts, and they said that's it for this for this year. I don't know what's going on with my voice. And I do believe that they should. I mean, they may need Shohei Ohtani.
They very likely will need him.
Yeah.
And wouldn't you rather get some data on where he is in his development? If he's rusty or trying to figure it out, let's knock some of the rust off.
And
let's
the
get it
Dodgers
going.
are really good at fixing starting pitchers.
Yeah, and they won't have the luxury of sending him away.
Right.
He's not going anywhere. He's got a hit, so you don't have the, hey, go down to the minor leagues and figure this out. He's going to be in the big leagues the whole time.
Yeah. I was arguing with a friend of mine. This is somewhat related to what we're talking about how he goes, I just hate the Dodgers. The Dodgers just go out and get every player. And I said, well, I said, the Dodgers would be unable to do this if the other teams wouldn't keep screwing up. For example, Matt Olson's a good player, but I can't believe the Braves gave up on Freddie Freeman.
Nope.
I can't believe the Red Sox traded Mookie Betts. I mean, we all knew
the Betts one's unforgivable.
And the Angels one is we knew that the Angels weren't going to win. I mean, we stacked the deck for them, and the Angels didn't even make an offer to Ohtani.
No.
So in order for the Dodgers to rise to where they are, they needed cooperation for the rest of the league to wet the bed, and they keep doing it.
Plus a couple of bucks. They
Well,
also needed
no,
a
but
couple
the,
bucks to pull
but
this
the
off.
Red Sox thing, they didn't have to trade Mookie. They
Right.
did that because they couldn't sign him.
You're right, but they also had to eat the contracts of some other guys that they didn't want to take. Right.
That was part of their
David
deal.
Price was the big bite that they had to take there. I think they had to eat like $30 million of Price's money to do it. But
and you got to have money to be able to eat contracts. Too.
Yeah,
but John's right. I mean, what the hell was Boston thinking? What the hell was Atlanta thinking?
The Atlanta one.
Freddie is going to be an MVP candidate. I know he's not quite qualified yet.
He
but
absolutely
he's
will be.
He's back.
I mean, they didn't have to trade us Tommy Edman. They had him. The Cardinals had him.
He was in the minor leagues.
Right.
I mean,
he was rehabbing. He had been in the big leagues. He was a Gold Glover.
But I followed him for years. He was never this.
No.
Yeah,
they're
but
pretty
Andrew
good at
Friedman's been
unlocking
after
guys.
that guy for 5 years,
Yeah.
and then they finally caved on
But
him.
John, he
and
was
by the way, if they trade Arenado to the Dodgers, he's gonna find his swing.
He'll bounce.
Yeah,
He'll bounce.
they'll bounce.
Going back to Freddie for a second, I don't know if you guys heard us talking about this. Maybe you know the answer already, or maybe you heard us talk about it. How many years do you think Freddie Freeman was an Atlanta Brave?
I would, if I had to guess, I'd say 9.
Yeah, I'd say 8.
12.
12.
He was an Atlanta Brave for 12 seasons. Okay, and like you said a second ago, he's an MVP candidate. This is his 4th season as a Dodger. He was in Atlanta 3 times as long as he's been here in LA. And I'm not sure that he doesn't go down in he won an MVP in Atlanta. Yep. He won the World Series in Atlanta. He made the All-Star game 6 times in Atlanta. He won the Silver Slugger 3 times in Atlanta. He won a Gold Glove in Atlanta.
And Atlanta,
and he's a Dodger.
And Atlanta gave up on him because, and it may turn out to be the right move if Matt Olson goes to the Hall of Fame because he was younger than Freddie and they're similar statistically. Yeah. But I would never give up on Freddie Freeman. Yeah. I would I would never give up on Mookie Betts.
There may have been an agent foul.
There was an agent. Remember, Freddie says his agent didn't tell him what Atlanta might have been offering, and there was a bunch of skullduggery
because it didn't feel like the Braves really wanted to move on from him, that he wanted to move on, and it just kind of happened.
Although they did sign Olson before Freddie left, but I think at that point the deal was done.
It was over. Yeah. Do you guys think of Freddie as a Dodger first?
Yes. You know why?
Because of the homer?
Game 1.
That's it.
World
right?
Series. Yeah,
you hit one like
Dodger
that, that's
forever.
it?
Dodger forever.
Hall of Fame, he's a Dodger?
That's a good question. I think we looked this up once.
He grew up in California. Well, he was born in Canada.
His mom was Canadian.
But doesn't the Hall of Fame decide what hat you're wearing?
It's up to the player.
It's up to the player?
Yeah.
There are circumstances that could kick it either way.
Okay.
And there are some guys that have no hat because they're not identifiable with just one. Like Greg Maddux is hatless.
Yes, some guy, I think it was Wade Boggs, offered it up to the highest bidder, and then baseball kind of said, okay, from now on, we're going to decide. Yeah. But I think if the player says, I want to go in as this. Wade Boggs should be in as a Red Sox. I know he played for the Yankees.
Absolutely.
I know he played for the Rays. Didn't he go in as a Ray?
I think he's the one that
messed it up for everybody.
Because Tampa doesn't have any. And
I'm going to look real quick. You guys talk about
when
yourself.
I think of Wade Boggs, I think Tampa Bay Rays.
I think Nolan Ryan should have gone in as an Angel.
As an Angel, what did he go in as?
I think a Ranger. Because he was president of the Rangers.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't go in as an Angel, he's got to go in as an Astro.
I'm trying to
Those
make sure
are his best.
He's a guy
I think he had 7 no-hitters.
Yep.
And only one of them was with the Rangers.
Oh, interesting.
Red Sox.
Red Sox.
Okay, good. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
he made a couple of bucks out of that.
Looks like he's got the